Hey guys, I'll make this quick because I don't want to lengthen the episode too much, but we had a little software issue. We were recording a bunch of episodes in a small batch of time, and there was some kind of software issue I didn't hear when setting the levels, so sometimes people peak out a little bit. The sound gets a little distorted. It's really messed up, and it kind of sucks, and I did as much as I could to fix it, but it will only be for a few episodes. Thank you for sticking with us and for, toughing it out with us here. I mean, it's all, we're just a little independent thing. I'm doing this all in my living room on a laptop. So thank you for understanding. And hopefully it still sounds good for you. Enjoy the episode.
Down below the waterline, 300 years of coral, actually 288, says the mathematician. What do I know? I'm just a magician.
You almost had it.
It's Drownuary, and we're back talking about more water stuff. That's not what I was going to say, but Jack got it going.
You can do yours.
No, it's too late.
Nope, water stuff.
All right, what is past page 87? That's all I was going to say. I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
This is Bad Movies,
Worst People.
Yours is better.
I just wanted my summertime movie guy voice.
I love your summertime movie guy
This
voice.
summer, one man, one bottle of urine, one boat.
Woo!
Waterworld. Where can I pay $7 to see Kevin Costner drink his own urine?
I'm in my living room.
And yeah, you don't have to pay $7. Just come over and bring a beer.
Well, your summer guy movie voice doesn't apply here because this movie came out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, what a romantic movie to take your fucking spouse or significant other to.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I was increasingly frustrated with this movie. Now, it had a lot going against it. I've had a weird, rough day or month. And
Life.
or life. It'll be over soon. And so I knew, I was like, I'm not going to like this movie. Now, I'm an idiot that saw that I had like $5 in credits, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy it because this cast and Queen Latifah is amazing. Not Queen Latifah. I was just like, I might as well buy it. I wish I wouldn't have fucking bought this movie. Oh, boy. Not that it's terrible. I'm probably never going to watch again.
No, you're going to watch with the bleeps.
I'm probably not.
Soundless party movie.
No. And I'm going to tell you why.
Because nothing's happening on the
I
screen.
should not have watched this alone. This is so much anxiety for me. This is like so many of my fucking stupid fears where anytime they're underwater and you can't see sides of them, like, well, there's going to be like an orca coming through that just takes them right the fuck out, dude. I guarantee it.
They're your spheres. We should tell people what we're talking about. Even though they clicked the episode and it said.
I know, I'm just
This
over here
is
ranting already.
Michael Crichton's Sphere. I read this book when I was... When did this come out? Like 96?
98.
98. So I probably read this in 96.
Okay.
And this movie...
Or whenever that book
Well,
came
let me
out.
tell everybody first, if you would like to watch 1998's Sphere, the book was written by Michael Crichton, not the movie. You can watch it. No, he didn't.
Didn't he?
I think he just gets credits because it's his story.
Yeah.
It's just like when you see new Star Wars stuff and it gives credits to George Lucas, it's characters based on.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought I thought that was one of the cool things was he was actually helping on the set.
I mean, he may have had input, but he's not credited as a writer, just as the original writer of the novel. There's 3 people credited as writers. We'll get to that.
Good.
But you can watch this movie if you would like for free on something called Hoopla.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The fuck was Hoopla?
Sponsored by the library.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's the problem with that app. Sometimes you go to stream and it says the max amount of streaming has already been achieved for today. Try again at midnight. And it's not by you. It's a collective city thing.
Oh, okay.
So
There's
if the
another
city
one.
just streams the fuck out of it, that's how I tried to watch Ernest Scared Stupid.
There's another one at
didn't
the
get to.
library. You have to have a
So
library card
weird.
to use.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
I was like, I'm sorry, somebody's already watching this right now. Please wait your turn.
Well, see, that's what I thought it was that somebody's already watching it, but it straight up was like, we've ran out of streaming because it must be a legality thing. Like,
Or-
hey, you can do these movies for free, but only so many can be checked out.
Or just a bandwidth thing, maybe.
Sure, I didn't think about bandwidth,
Yeah.
but either way,
But-
Hoopla.
What
You
is
can watch it
bandwidth?
for free on Hoopla, or you can rent it on Amazon or Apple, or for $4, or buy it for $10.
I bought it for 10.
5.
I bought it for 10, but $5 was credit.
Oh, you actually used real money on this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
It's all hypothetical. We'll be dead soon anyway.
Yeah, I can't take it with you, can you?
I can try.
Do you want me to bury
I
you
am a
with-
Viking.
Do you want me to burn you with it? Like that's what I
Yes.
start the fire with?
I want you to smelt me into it. I want you to convert everything I own except my cat into gold. Smelt down the gold, mix my ashes into it, and turn it into a giant fucking cock.
I will do that.
Make that a statue.
And then auction it off.
It would be
Coction
I was
it
going to say
off.
it'd be called a coction. I can't wait to hear that coction. You got a $5 for that ball, $5 for bicycles.
I already know who's gonna buy it.
Uh-oh. I don't.
So this is directed by Barry Levinson, who directed some good stuff and some
And
bad
some not
stuff. He directed Good Morning Vietnam,
Woo.
Rain Man,
Woo.
Toys,
Huh.
Disclosure.
Hold on, Toys the animated or Toys?
No,
Toys, the
Robin
Robin
Williams,
Williams.
Joan Cusack,
Okay.
LL Cool J.
I remember
name a
liking
few.
it, but I saw it once.
And you said Disclosure? Is that Demi
Disclosure.
Moore and Michael Bolton? What the fuck
Douglas.
is his name? Douglas.
Thank you. I was like, that's what I've been trying to think of this whole time. I was like, fucking, who is that guy? He's the one who's always yelling at people.
Not Michael Bolton.
Nope. Michael Douglas.
The
And
old
he also
pussy eater
directed
himself.
he directed another movie with Robin Williams, Man of the Year. So he just went downhill.
What is Man of the Year?
It's one of those 2000 somethings Robin Williams comedies.
Hmm.
So the not good ones. Yeah.
Never saw it.
I know the cover of it, and that's it. It's
Okay.
Robin Williams wearing like a powdered wig.
Oh, I know that cover well.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Yeah, it's like him doing George Washington
Yeah,
essentially. but
I
with
can
better
tell. He's
teeth.
like,
Oh, hey, founding father here. Hey, oh, Southern Revolution Defense, 1776. Hey, my teeth hurt. Made of wool, wood, whatever.
Yes, it's based
Gotta
on
go,
a book. It's based on a book written by Michael Crichton. And so there are 3 people credited with writing this. One is credited with the adaptation, so actually turning it into like the basis of a screenplay. And then 2 more people are credited for the screenplay. So Kurt Wimmer is the adaptor.
Mm-hmm.
He also wrote.
What a terrible superhero.
This is his fault, by
the
the way.
adaptor. any situation I can adapt to it.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
that
you're gonna go to a Klan rally. Oh,
I'm gonna say the quality of this is his fault, because he also wrote Double Trouble. Not
Ashley Olsen, Mary Kate Ashley.
no,
Olsen?
not that one. It's got 2. I don't know who it is. Like these 2 heavy set guys that are twins. I've seen it.
Oh, it's not the. Are they like muscular? It's the Conan brothers
maybe
or the Barbarian brothers. I mean,
maybe. I know it's like 2 wrestler looking dudes.
yeah.
So, but I've never watched
Is
it.
it-
I found it when I was looking for.
It's a cross between Double Impact with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Mr. Nanny with Hulk Hogan. I know this fucking movie.
I found it when I was looking for Double Impact. And
Uh-huh.
that's the only thing I've ever seen.
We're
of it.
gonna get there, by the way.
He also wrote Equilibrium, which I do like. I mean, I haven't
Don
seen it in
Cheadle?
20 years, but Christian
Don
Bale,
Cheadle? I'm so close.
Christian Bale, and
Some
guy. But yeah, I remember liking Equilibrium, but I haven't seen it since I was like 19. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Ultraviolet, which is awful.
Yeah.
Law Abiding Citizen, which is bad. It's
I
bad.
like it.
Yeah, but it's bad.
That doesn't mean it's good. All right.
Also, the
Ultraviolet though is up there with one of the worst of that. Definitely the worst of that decade.
it might be one of the worst movies
Just ever made.
Yeah.
How did you make a Mila Jovovich movie I don't give a shit about?
Oh no, that's what she's good at. She only does movies you don't give a shit about.
Oh, she's in let me think of it here. Days of Confused, Fifth Element, all those other ones.
Yeah, you ran out.
all those other ones. So many more.
Resident Evil, Resident Evil
look at this.
Resurrection,
What a
or whatever they're
stinker
called.
you
I don't know
are.
what any of the sequels are called, and I've watched them all.
Resident Evil, We Need Money. Resident Evil, my husband directed this. Resident Evil, We Need More Money.
But he also wrote the remakes of Total Recall, Point
Ew.
Break,
Ew.
and Children of the Corn.
Didn't see it.
And he wrote The Expendables 4 and The Beekeeper.
God. Stinkfest. Here's the thing
Wow.
about that Point Break remake. It's not a terrible movie. It's just not any Point Break whatsoever. If you change the name of that and just had it as some like thrill ride bank robber thing,
Yeah.
it would have been received better. Because like I watched it and I thought this story sucks, but there's some good stunts here.
Yeah.
There's
We
like,
watched
there's-
it in
Yeah, we
theaters.
watched it.
and just don't call it Point Break.
Yeah.
It's
That's literally what we said when we were leaving the theater.
Yeah.
Well, guys, don't change the dial on that one.
all right.
We'll talk about it eventually. Maybe September.
We have to. We'll do the fucking Roadhouse remix.
remakes.
That was-
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
I did watch that,
Roadhouse.
and it was interesting.
Conor McGregor can't even swing his fucking arms.
She was watching that movie when I came home from work, the Roadhouse remake, not Point Break.
Yeah.
She was watching that when I came home from work. I walked in, there was a boat chase involving jet skis, and I was like, that's not Roadhouse. And then I put on my headphones and started editing.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the roommate at the time was watching it, and I walked in. I was like, "What is this?" And I saw Jake Gyllenhaal shirtless in a Hawaiian shirt, and I was like, "Not bad. I know what it is now." I would rather watch the fucking sequel with the dude from That Thing You Do.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've got that on Blu-ray.
I kick. I kick. I kick.
I think it's called Roadhouse Last Call.
No, it's Roadhouser.
Roadhouse Harder.
Rucker Hauser.
And then speaking of Hauser, there are two other people credited. Steven Hauser, who has no other writing credits, but he is credited as a microphone tester on Disclosure.
Check. That one's good. Check. Man, my life has no meaning. Check.
And
I
then
love that you're talking into your hand instead of the microphone when you're
have
saying
to.
check.
To pantomime. It's for the people.
Paul Atanasio, sure, who did write good stuff. He wrote Disclosure, which, I mean, isn't good, but he wrote that. Quiz Show. You guys ever seen that?
Oh, yeah. Is that Tim Robbins?
It's got Chris McDonald.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I
thinking
always
something
think of
else.
Quiz
That's
Show.
Shooter McGavin, right?
Yeah, I always think of Quiz Show every time I watch Requiem for a Dream once a year because it's Shooter McGavin doing a quiz show,
Just seek help, man. Like,
which
just
is
talk to somebody.
which is much like his role in that movie where he's the TV
Yeah.
game show guy.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's
I'm
segueing
not.
to what you just said. I was talking to one of my regulars at my bar, and we were talking about the podcast, and I was like, yeah, we do like mental health awareness month, and so we do like really good movies. And he's like, oh, like Donnie Darko or Requiem for a Dream. And I was like, are you my husband?
Take off that skin suit.
Gotcha, bitch. It's Halloween.
But I was just like, wow.
How'd you lose 200 pounds?
It's that Killing Gunther movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger's like a fucking like 5-foot model. Really good makeup. Oh, it's Master of Disguise.
Master of Disguise.
And then
Master of Disguise.
this guy also wrote Donnie Brasco, which is good.
I like it.
But he
Okay.
also wrote The Sum of All Fears, which is bad.
I haven't seen
I'm
that
glad he
since
tells
it
me
came
because I
out.
don't. What?
Tom Clancy movie with
Ben Affleck,
and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Guys bring a dirty bomb to a
Guys bring a dirty bomb. Yeah, sure.
football stadium, something.
Bada boom.
I read the book because I was
Basically,
young.
It's a Batman plot with no Batman.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch
It's
that.
The Dark Knight Rises without Batman or Bane or Gary Oldman.
Talk about boring.
So this movie cost significantly less than our last January movie.
Oh yeah, what were we at, like 270 million or something?
That one cost, Waterworld cost 120. This cost 80. Waterworld made like 270. This
that's-
made 73.4.
yeah,
So it did worse.
I know why.
And this movie ties directly into Waterworld in production, at least, because they were like, I think it's Universal again, and they were like, we're shooting this on sound stages, like in tanks,
yeah,
Yeah.
we're not doing
because we
open
did
ocean.
Waterworld, and we're not doing that again.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna cost too much money.
We don't need a real storm
Yeah.
in our movie. Fake storms only.
It was Warner Brothers. I just saw it in my notes. Either way.
So
So yeah,
the rest of that joke.
they trimmed $20 million off the budget by shooting it in tanks. So it would have cost $100 million and made
Doesn't look as
73.4.
good.
No, it looks okay. It was shot
Mostly, there are a couple scenes like when they're doing the submersible's kind of a joke,
Yeah.
and
Little toy
when
goes
Well,
they
the
in
did
CG is
the-
all bad.
When they did the elevator,
Mhm.
that CG is fucking. It's the pipe wallpaper from very early Windows, dude, or screensaver.
It's sub Resident Evil.
Yeah. That was
Um,
rough.
the video game, not the movie.
Like it did make me laugh, and I wasn't supposed to be laughing at that part.
I did see a fun fact. You guys are familiar with the band Linkin Park.
Yeah, sadly.
Uh-huh.
Joseph Hahn, who's the DJ, Mr. Hahn, he designed the sea snakes in concept art. So the wicked looking sea
Interesting.
snake that attacks Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Interesting.
And
Man,
Samuel
that's something I like him for.
and Samuel Jackson was busy while they were filming this because he was filming this during the week and he was filming Jackie Brown on the weekends.
Oh damn.
Nice. Good work.
So I was always curious if he bothered growing that hair. No, I knew it was fake in Jackie Brown. But
Yeah.
obviously he didn't.
Well,
It's
at
so
the end of
funny.
the movie, you can see like his regrowth coming out, and it's a little patchy there, babe.
Well, I thought I was like, have I ever seen him with that
His own hair.
with that thing? You see him shaved down all the way, Mace Windu style.
Yeah.
The afro for Jules.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown, obviously, and then
What's long kiss or kiss? Long kiss goodnight.
He's got a very short.
Yeah, it's his
shortcut
usual like
buzz.
short
Yeah,
thing
almost
from-
like the Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon
Yeah,
style.
similar to that. Maybe a little bit more length. Have you ever seen? I think it got renamed, but it used to be called Formula 51, where he was a guy that made like a drug and everybody wanted it.
No.
It takes place in England. He's got cornrows in that. He ends up wearing a kilt. It's a good look.
I want to see this now.
I have to find what it's called because I just saw it the other day and I was like, that's not what that movie's called. But it got renamed.
And so I think Samuel Jackson is the only person who is trying here. You know who could have been Harry instead of Samuel L. Jackson?
Who?
Think of a
Jeffrey Jones.
black actor
Oh, nope.
with gravitas
Morgan
that
Freeman
you love.
That
or
I
James Earl
love.
Jones.
That is not necessarily a movie actor.
Forrest Whitaker.
Andre Brower.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Why am I not
loved it.
picturing this person? Oh my
Captain
God,
Holt.
9-9.
Yeah, rest in pictures.
9-9.
He was there actually originally cast. I don't know why he didn't end
Wow.
up doing it. Probably because they were like, well, we got Samuel L. Jackson. So.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm glad that you said that Samuel's the only one really doing anything here because Dustin Hoffman is sleeping through this thing. He is barely there. He just can't. And I think maybe he's trying to go for like a stoic doctor thing.
Yeah.
He can't be bothered to be on set. Samuel
Shannon's
Jackson's
just
fucking.
on Valium.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. She
Sharon.
wasn't joking about that, Xana. Sherry.
I said Shannon or
Sharon Stone?
yeah, I said Shannon and then I was like Sharon.
Yes.
Oh, they said Sherry. It's like, it's not either of those.
No.
She's fucking doping herself as a method actress.
Yes, we see her take the Xanax.
Liev Schreiber's not bad. But I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is, especially later when he comes out
after
of
the
it,
sphere?
dude, he is fucking dynamic, and I'm
Yeah.
terrified of him.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's actually scary. Liv Schreiber is doing a good job. I didn't think about that.
He's
Peter
doing
Coyote.
fine.
Peter
Coyote's
Coyote's
there.
pretty good too, but he's just being Peter Coyote.
Dr. Webb from Grey's Anatomy he's in what, like 2 seconds of it?
Yeah, he's in 2 scenes.
What?
The guy that was talking to him about how
He
if they
will
don't
explode.
decompress, they'll explode.
Oh,
And then what in the hell is that supposed to be?
Yeah. But so this movie is broken up into chapters with titles because
could not be more upset. This was like right off the bat. I was like, why the hard cuts? Is this a fucking play?
because
I expected some guy on the fucking side of my TV to start playing the piano and be like,
so basically I think they were like, let's make Event Horizon, mix it with Leviathan. So we have to be pretentious because we're trying to do that thing, but we're trying to do it like in a fancy way.
hated it.
This movie was supposed to be a Christmas, like it was supposed to be a Christmas release, not a Christmas movie.
I was like,
but,
whoa, where's the tree going, pal?
but it was supposed to be a Christmas release, and then they were like, yeah, let's just put that in February.
Yeah.
Christmas is where you put either blockbuster banger movies that are going to
Yeah.
make a bunch of money, like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
Yeah, because everybody
Or-
doesn't want to be with their family. They just go to the movies to ignore each other.
Also, everyone's on break.
Or you put Oscar bait there because it has to come out that year.
Is that
And
like
it's fresh in
masturbate?
everyone's brain
Yeah.
because it's the 12-month. God,
Exactly.
It's fucking terrible.
But yes, so we start with The Surface.
Ooh.
Ooh. And I'm like, at this point, you're like, well, I don't know what this movie's about. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I know it's about a sphere. I read the poster. It
Huh.
said sphere.
I read the book, so I know exactly what was going
I
on.
read the synopsis.
If I remember correctly, like the book does like the page where it's the surface and then it's
Well, I'm sure
chapters
it's a
and then
book.
it's like this and then it's the chapters.
But that makes sense for a book. I hated
That's what I
this.
said. I think Michael Crichton, I think that was what he was like, do this. It's something new. Something
I don't
nobody
wanna-
would think of.
I don't want him to have his name on this stink.
Yeah, like let's go back to Jurassic Park. Chapter 1.
The
dig.
dinosaurs.
Chapter 2. The old man.
Chapter 3, Dino DNA.
Chapter 7. Dead
We all
people.
go to heaven. Chapter 8, lawyer gets eaten while taking a shit.
The lawyer.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
But yeah, so we start with Dustin Hoffman, who's playing Norman, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to call him Dustin Hoffman.
Please do.
Being flown in by this helicopter pilot played by anybody?
I didn't catch it.
Huey Lewis.
Oh, that's right. Because I knew he was in this. I didn't even fucking clock that was him. I don't recognize him without the news. That's just Huey. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, so imagine that the sunglasses are regular glasses, and then you can just hear him saying, "You boys are just too darn loud."
This helicopter's just too darn loud.
Well, I love when they're flying and he's like, well, so where are we going? Where's this crash site? And they're flying one direction and he points 90-degree angles the other way. And he's like, we're going over there.
Yeah, because
Well,
you
then
gotta come
why
in
don't
for a
you-
long sweeping.
Yeah.
Why don't you fly that way then?
You have to have like an approach.
I bet
He's
you.
in a
I'm-
helicopter.
I'm
no.
100% guessing on this, but I bet you there's some fucking like flight path that you don't want to just come in hot.
Maybe with the
'Cause this is-
crosswinds
this
and
is-
everything.
Well, and it's
yeah.
also aircraft carriers. What if they got to launch something really quick? I don't know. It's like,
but-
well, once again, it's like Star Wars.
Aircrafts have like approach vectors.
No,
or
I
something.
definitely, I understand.
Sounds good though.
Like,
It sounds approach vector sounds great.
I know there's definitely like rivers of air and like movement and the way like the wind moves.
Oh, you
and
mean
all
like
that.
the river in the water?
Yeah.
Under the ocean.
Yeah. That actually makes sense.
We're
It's a
under
real
the
thing.
ocean,
But yeah.
which is under the ocean, which has a river.
Yes.
But so Dustin Hoffman is a psychologist who's supposed to talk to plane crash accident victims,
Not a psychiatrist.
not a psychiatrist. So he's the one who can subscribe drugs.
No.
Because Sharon Stone gives him shit later about subscribing drugs.
Psychiatrists can prescribe drugs.
Psychologists do not.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he says he's
Or
very...
wait, no, am I wrong on that?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I know psychotherapists can't, because that's who I went to.
Yeah.
The...
My therapist recommended drugs. She couldn't prescribe it, but she's like, if those mushrooms are working for you, keep chomping them.
for
Someone
me.
says
No.
psychiatrist, and he's like, psychologist? So...
Maybe he used to be a psychiatrist, and then the shit that happened with Sharon. Fuck.
Shannon.
Shannon Doherty.
You're thinking about drugs. You're thinking about Ozzy Osbourne, which makes me think, Shannon.
That's also Sharon.
It's also Sharon.
Don't want to say it, Shannon.
You're just thinking of drugs, which makes you think of Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they approach this thing with all the ships, and he's like, all this for a plane crash? And Huey Lewis is like,
Plane crash.
I never said nothing about planes.
Nice.
Can we rewind and do that again?
You have to
I
do
never
that.
said nothing about planes.
Yeah.
So you gotta do that in the episode. Just keep hitting that skip back 15 seconds, dude.
You're the best.
So they get to the ships, and we meet Liev.
Leave.
I always say leave. It
We
could be,
meet
it's
Liev-
probably Lev.
Yeah,
Cotton.
It's fine. We meet Liev Schreiber, Cotton Weary. We meet Cotton Weary
Sabretooth.
on the boat. And yes, as we both just said, he played Cotton Weary in Scream. He played Sabretooth in all them X-Men movies.
Not all. He was only in the one. He was in the
I thought he was in
Wolverine.
a couple.
No.
No, he's in that really bad Wolverine.
That's it?
Yeah.
Where he plays the brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else plays Sabretooth in the
Tyler Maine.
I
No.
think so.
He's a wrestler.
That makes more sense. Tyler
Yeah.
Maine.
Yeah. I hate that Wolverine. Was it
X-Men Origins.
X-Men Origins, the
Yeah.
Wolverine. I hate that movie as everybody else should and does.
Yeah.
I like his performance as Sabretooth.
Well, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
And here, I think the reason I said I think he's doing an okay job too is he's playing like a nerdy scientist, and he's fucking Liev Schreiber. He's a huge.
That's my
Dude.
only thing. I was like, yeah, but he can still kill all you.
I mean, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jr., right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm
He
going to
looked
do an
pretty small
experiment
in
on
this,
you.
though.
He's still got the shoulders and the jaw.
Yeah, but he's still like he's a little bad.
You want to see him in a different form?
Yeah.
Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin and Madeline Kahn. He plays a crossdresser.
I definitely need
It's-
this in my
And
life.
Not bad. I'll watch it. It's a Christmas time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yay.
Well, we already watched it then.
And then we have Captain Barnes, who's played by Peter Coyote.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Who he was
Down
in
with the
E.T.
keys.
as Keys.
One of the few welcome backs in this. I mean, like Samuel Jackson on Han took shots first, but
Yeah. Sharon Stone.
oh
Quick
yeah,
and the
Sharon-
Dead.
for another Patreon though.
Yeah.
Nobody here's been on the main feed that I can
Yeah.
think of.
No, yeah. Because I was
Wow.
asking her, I was like, have we done anything with Samuel Jackson? And that's exactly what she said. She's like, on Han?
Yeah.
I didn't think we had, which is a surprise because love Samuel
He
Jackson. He
makes
does
some
some bad
stinkers.
movies. Yeah.
I mean, your wife said "Long Kiss Goodnight" so many times that whether we record an episode or not, we're just gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I love that movie. I do have it, but only on DVD.
Oh.
Disappointing.
Disappoint. I am a sad.
I am happy.
His name's not Jerry.
Quit calling me fucking
I
Jerry.
thought his name was Jerry.
But yeah, so there's no plane crash. It's a spacecraft.
Space crash.
And this whole thing, so Dustin Hoffman wrote a report, ULF, unidentified life forms. report for the Bush administration about what to do if aliens came.
And it's like the
And it's-
handbook.
And they're using it as like, he says, Peter
It's our
Coyote
Bible.
says the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
And it's complete and utter horseshit.
Uh-huh.
He like
For the
did
he
some
said
research and then he took from sci-fi novels.
Yeah, but he made a
Isaac
down payment on a
Asimov was
home.
the name. I definitely was like, oh, because like I borrowed from good writers. Like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But yeah, so this whole thing he made up, and all his friends here, because these people are all people he knows, are getting sucked in just because he was like, I don't know, I need to recommend people.
You need
I need a
mathematician,
mathematician
which we got
because-
Sammy Jackson.
That's how you're most likely going to have to talk to
It
them.
would, and that's I think most alien movies and books would say like mathematics is universal for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
So
And then you need a
biologist, which is Shannon Stone. You need
astrophysicist.
physicist, which is leave her alone, Schreiber.
and then you need a
it's
psychologist.
A psychologist because they're gonna know it's gonna be. And this is true.
It's going to be traumatic.
It's gonna be traumatic, dude. Like even if you sit here and you're like, I wish the aliens would contact me. If a fucking alien rang your doorbell right now, lose my shit.
Would you
He's not a good
shit right there?
psychologist.
Probably.
though. He's not a very good psychologist.
No, he's fucking his
because he
patient.
pisses this alien off, and he fucked his patient.
Yeah.
But also, so I did read something. I think it was on Wikipedia, but I read something about Sharon Stone.
Shannon.
She was telling the director of photography. Oh, I was going to mention earlier. The director of photography, who I think was Peter Greenberg, something like that, was also the guy that shot Terminator 2.
Oh, nice.
So there's some stuff that looks good and you can tell, but it looks so muddy and dark it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what it's going to look like when you're 1,000 fathoms under the
but
sea or
that's
whatever.
not what the abyss looks like.
What did you say,
Yeah.
90 fathoms?
20,000 leagues. Under
But
the sea.
Sharon Stone was apparently telling the director of photography, like before they started shooting all this stuff, like, you know, shoot me from this angle with this kind of light so I look pretty. I need to look glamorous. And
With
this
her
and that.
weird fucking pink
And-
eyeshadow.
Well, she's not supposed to look glamorous here. She looks
Yeah.
like a short.
Well, that's what he said. He's like, we're 1,000 feet underwater, so you're going to look how you look. And that's kind of how I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
So.
I'm fine.
Also,
with
she
it.
wants to look glamorous, but she's got shorter hair than the girl from fucking Empire Records, practically.
Uh-huh.
And she's got, I think it's, she said pink eyeshadow, but I think it's supposed to be like they're trying to make her look
Weary.
weary, tired, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I mean, she's still hot. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, like
She could get it.
I'd be so happy to fucking wake up with a snake around me with her.
she wake up with a snake around her.
Mm-hmm. Not that big. Couldn't wrap it around her.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm gonna
so
act like a jellyfish and get in her suit.
so it's all those guys. They get to, there's a possible encounter with an alien being, and we get Dustin Hoffman, who's, like you said, he's asleep, but he's also doing this. I mean, and it's Dustin Hoffman, it's what he does, but he's doing this very nebbish, like Jewish performance, which is something that's kind of, it's mentioned early on. He says something about like, I need to talk to my family. I'm Jewish. And it's like, what does that have to do with
Yeah.
anything?
Did you
I
call
don't-
your wife yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does that. Like, did you call? It's like, hey, call your mother. Did you call your mother? She's worried. David, gotta call my mother. My lawyer. Forget my lawyer.
But yeah, so it's buried under coral, whatever. The spaceship crashed here or landed here or something.
300 years ago.
300 years ago or
Or
288.
to be exact, because I'm a
'Cause-
mathematician and I gotta let
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
Everybody here is flexing their big PhD, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
pretty huge dick. Like everybody's just like, actually, coral grows an inch a year like clockwork. Like, yeah, we know. That's why we know it's 300 years old. Well, 288. Meh, my thoughts smell like cognac.
Well, because she says, she's like, oh, you're saying that this crashed here in, and she like hesitates and says,
He's
like 1706
There's a-
or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like 280 years old.
Yeah. You know, it's just basic math. That's easy for him.
Yeah.
He can do super math.
He is super math.
And I
Was
love
he-
him as the mathematician.
He's
by the way.
believable. I don't know why. Like,
Well,
you
he's
wouldn't-
in Jurassic Park. He's not a mathematician, but
He
he's
hates
like
that crapper, that hacker crap.
But he is like the smart engineer guy, whatever
Uh-huh.
he's supposed to be doing there. Control room man.
Yeah.
Control room guy in the chair. He's
Yeah.
your guy in a chair
He
for a
is.
while.
Yeah.
Until
Look
he's
what
just an
happens-
arm.
Well, because he left the chair.
If you stay in the chair,
Always
you
stay in
keep
the
your
chair.
arms.
If Spiderman taught me anything.
And it did. It's don't dance in a black suit in the middle of the street.
I like when they're going through all the people though, like listing off who's there, and they say psychologist, and Sam Jackson's like, "So is that what aliens are saying now? Take me to your therapist."
It's a terrible line delivered really well.
It's a '90s therapy joke, but it's
it
delivered by
gotta
Sam
like
Jackson.
for me.
Because he did it right. If it would have been, if it
it
was
was been
Dustin
Shannon.
Hoffman saying it, like, no, that the therapists are saying now, take me to therapy. The aliens saying no. I'm not a big fan of his. I know he's got classic
He's-
movies like what Midnight Cowboys, him,
Midnight Cowboy,
Graduate.
The
Tootsie,
Graduate,
Graduate. I do like him in Little Big Man.
Marathon Man.
I love him in
Marathon
Hook.
Man.
Oh,
Okay.
Hook. But
I have 3 then because I forgot about Hook. Little Big Man, Hook, and don't hate me, but Meet the Fockers.
I just because he's having fun there.
Exactly.
And he's being
not
himself.
he's not asleep. He's on an island fucking Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, wouldn't you be happy?
I don't know. In that
If-
ass-massing pantsuit.
We love
yeah,
Babs.
I'm
it's
not a
fine.
huge fan of Dustin Hoffman outside of mostly older movies. I do like him in Hook.
Yeah. Have you
But-
seen Little Big Man?
No,
No,
never
I don't
even
know
heard
what
of
that
it.
is.
It's kind of a proto Forrest Gump. He plays a character that is in almost every major historical event, but it's much earlier. It's like Wild Bill Hickok days.
Oh,
I
he's
think it
also-
spans 100 years.
I mean, he's also in Rain Man, right?
He is.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is
He is
the
the
Rain
son-
Man.
Well,
Barry Levinson
Rain
likes
Man
likes
is
him.
because he can't say Raymond. He called his brother Rain Man.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not the titular.
No.
But so
It's
Barry
Tom Cruise
Levinson
is
likes
the
him
Rain
because
Man.
also there was some stuff going on where when they were getting ready to shoot this, bunch of delays, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, him and Dustin Hoffman went and made, I think it was Wag the Dog,
Uh-huh.
like while they were making, like in between making.
So this movie's everyone's fucking mistress.
yeah.
Like when I'm done fucking this Oscar award or Oscar nominated movie, I'll come back and slum it with Sphere.
Yeah.
With my shitty dive bar girlfriend.
What was Sharon Stone doing?
98 was
Pills.
Xanax.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm
or anything,
needy.
but we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worst
Patreon.com.
people.
Mhm.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
Oh.
You can't afford your groceries,
Can't eat.
but you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
You get a bonus episode every month, and we're going to have more content coming for you.
I'll send you pictures.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Please give me more.
Patreon.com/worstpeople.
I'm being held hostage here. If I don't pay my way out of here, they're going to kill me.
Hey guys, I'm getting really antsy today. I've been in the house a couple days. I want to get out. Can we go somewhere?
I have some things to do. I mean, I don't know if you know this. Music Box, the adult beverage place that is, they have live music almost like minimum twice a week, sometimes much more.
I love
and
live
as
music.
a fan of somebody that likes staying on the east side, I can't think of a place that does as much live music with zero cover.
Can I get shots there?
You can get shots there. You can get drinks there. You can get beers there. You can get pudding shots. You can get Jello shots.
You're putting me on.
I am not putting you on. This is real.
Oh, they've got karaoke. They've got Unhappy Hour every Wednesday.
You know I love karaoke.
Saturday nights, they've got open mic stand-up comedy.
Yeah, so there's plenty going on over at the Music Box. We can go down there to 6951 East 22nd Street in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, right there at 22nd and Culp?
Yeah.
Did I mention no cover? Like everything we just talked about is no cover.
No cover.
No
No
cover
cover.
charge ever. Just drink alcohol and enjoy your friends.
It's just like my insurance. There's no cover.
Music Box Lounge. Check it out.
All right, first round's on me, boys.
Immediately, Dustin Hoffman admits to Sam Jackson that his report was bogus, and he just put his name in there because he's like, I don't know, you're my friend, and you're the first name I thought of. So,
Yeah, sorry you're here.
my bad.
Sharon Stone movies from 1998: The Mighty, Sphere, Junket Horror, and Ants.
She was doing ants with Woody Allen.
So she wasn't busy.
No, she was not cheating.
So he basically tells him immediately, it's supposed to be a big secret, but he tells him immediately, and then as they're getting ready to go underwater, he's like, hey, Sharon Stone, by the way, also, this is all fake. Don't
Yeah,
tell anybody.
Lied.
Hey, I know you hate me because of something that happened between us 10 to 15 years ago. I'm going to let you know a big secret that could, I don't know, get me put in prison for
And,
treason.
yeah, you killed. Yeah, because oh god, this fucking sub scene, just anxiety all around.
Just the little. We're
Oh, you mean in chapter 2, The Deep?
Yep,
so
it's fucking so lame. dude.
Cotton is like panicking. He's like,
Cotton.
"What?" Because I can't.
I know.
Say his
I get
real
it. I
name.
get it.
I'm like, leave me alone. Leave Sharon Stone.
I've also watched Scream more recently than any of his other movies, except for Sphere.
I mean, clearly.
But like, this is where Hoffman is being like a psychologist because Liev is going all crazy. Like, what is going on? Why could you just stop humming? And he's like, you're obviously panicking, and that's how you're
having a reaction.
This is how he's
Oh,
handling it.
Yeah.
because right before that, it was actually got a genuine laugh for me because he's like looking nervous, and Samuel Jackson's like, "How you feeling over there, Captain Nautical?" Because he was all excited to go down.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, I'm loose, I'm good." And there's like a popping noise, and he's like, "I'm uptight."
I'm uptight, very tight right now.
It was funny.
Yeah. These poppy noise. I'd be like, take it back up. I'm done. Take it back up.
Yeah, it's such a heavy-handed delivery. It's like it's the pressure of the ocean attacking the sub's integrity. And Sharon Stone turns to Dustin Hoffman. She's like, "You know something about that, right? Attacking people's integrity under pressure, or something." And it's like,
do you want to like hash this out later? This
You
is
guys
not
want to
the-
sit next
this
to
is
each
not
other?
the best time to be chatting about this.
hey,
dude.
we're all stuck together in this 10-foot sub, so shut the fuck up.
I don't like when people at the bar are fighting. This would be terrible.
I don't like when I go to the grocery store and hear two people yelling at each other in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I would hate this.
Yeah. This I'm just like, whoa.
Also, I would never get on a submarine.
I would be
No.
like, popcorn. Yep.
And then what did he say?
And then what's going
Girl.
on?
So they take the submarine down to this cock and ball sea lab.
Yep. Well, so the sea lab
Sea
is the
Lab
balls, and it's the
2021.
fin from the ship that's the cock.
No. There's a tall part of the
That's
sea lab
that's
too.
part of the.
No, that was off to the side.
It is much more balls than it is dick.
It's mostly balls, but it's got a dick.
That's how he gets out. That's how the seamen get out when they're not seamen, like the sea people under the sea.
The sea
when
people.
when the seamen,
Who are you calling sea people?
when the seamen need to get out, they go through the shaft and they come out. Like
He
sometimes,
does squirt
It
out of the top.
bursts.
He's
sometimes
a
it's a
seaman that
burst.
squirts out of the
Other times it just kind of leaks out. Like if they're really tired and they're just trying to escape, but they don't have it in them. It just kind of crawls out. Sometimes it lands on the balls. Other times, like a champagne cork.
Sometimes it's on the ceiling. Sometimes it's on your face. And
On the ceiling.
And then,
Kudos to you, buddy.
this whole thing is entirely unnecessary, though. They get down there, they do this pressurization thing where they're talking about helium, whatever.
Fun scene.
This
It's
was
a
a
fun
fun
little.
scene.
Like, that's the only. It was put here so they could give you a moment of comedy before they get you into this like thriller thing that they're
Yeah.
trying to do.
And at first, Samuel Jackson's not talking. And I was like, is he just going to be a badass? Like, I don't fucking do helium voice, motherfucker. Try me. But then he does the lollipop.
follow the yellow brick road.
I just love Liev Schreiber doesn't even notice. He's just rambling about like, well, the helium is.
He's just so excited.
He's like, oxygen is corrosive and helium is.
I love the sound of my own voice, no matter what it sounds like. I'm the smartest man in the room.
And I think it's the last time I laughed.
Yeah. And definitely on purpose. Like, I laughed at the CG because I was like,
There's only one effect I think that looks really good, and I don't know if it's CG or a puppet, and that's the fucking Mr. Han sea snake. The one that attacks Dustin Hoffman when he's going on the ladder.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
one that's hiding?
It's yeah.
I don't think it's CG because it looks pretty good, but
It does look
it's-
good. That was an effect I liked.
it
And
looks
scary
scary.
fish.
The
Yeah.
jellyfish.
Fish.
Also
Yeah.
reminds me of Leviathan.
Jellyfish were not there. Well, most of them weren't. Especially when she's like, it's snowing. How do you not know? We'll
I
get
was
there.
like, honestly, because I was all, this is where you say it's snowing.
yeah.
Oh, with the semen eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Semen
I do
eggs.
like Sam Jackson is the only one who really understands what's going on from the beginning. Like, because right out of the gate, he's like, "So you guys think there's something in there? We're gonna go into this big spaceship and check it out." He's like, "How do we? You know, everybody thinks like, oh, it's Little Green Man or it's whatever. How do we know it doesn't breathe air and breathe in air and breathe out cyanide or whatever?" And they're like,
Or
well,
like a
Dustin
virus that lives
Hoffman-
forever.
Yeah. And Dustin Hoffman's like, "Why would you think it would want to hurt us?" And he's like, "Well, if it's something that lives forever, it wouldn't know what killing people is."
Yeah. It would have no concept of murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love that. He's
Oh,
the
you know
smart
what?
one.
I did get one more small chuckle when they're putting on the suits. And Liev Schreiber's like, "What if we have to go pee?" And Sam Jackson's just like, "Pee down your leg." He's like, "We can urinate in these." He's like, "You can."
Do you want to though? So you get fucking trench foot.
Yeah.
And then chapter 3,
Ugh.
the spacecraft.
Every
It
time
doesn't
you do
say
it,
chapter,
I'm just gonna
but
be so upset.
the spacecraft. So they go into the heart of darkness, as Peter Coyote says. And so they were talking about they think this thing crashed, but it has no damage, so it must be super sturdy. And then Liev Schreiber breaks it with a
Chips
chisel.
it with a chisel.
Yeah. And Samuel Jackson again. The one that notices.
He says it multiple times.
He's like, look it, dude.
He's the only one thinking or giving a shit. Liev Schreiber could do it, but he's too excited. Dustin Hoffman is too busy being a neurotic, nebbish psychiatrist or psychologist. And Sharon Stone's too busy thinking about how to stab Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And Peter Coyote's
get
only
drugs.
thinking about
the orders
the
that
orders.
he's given.
So
I think Liev Schreiber is his character is gonna, if it wasn't this, was gonna kill himself doing something explorative. He's so concerned with a name for himself. He wrote a book about physics that like lay people like us can understand. Not enough for him.
yeah.
And at one point he cites all these people. He's like, Newton did it at 26. Albert Einstein was 26. You know, if you don't do it by 35, you're not gonna do it.
You're not ever gonna do it.
So he
needs
needs
to be
prove it, even though he's got
recognized.
3 fucking PhDs.
Oh, but it's still not good enough because Sam Jackson did it sooner.
Yep.
Sam Jackson
1
got his
year.
first one at 18.
1 year before him. Yeah, I like that line. He's like, MIT. I didn't like MIT. He's like, what was it? This? He's like, puberty. Damn.
Yeah, because Sam Jackson doesn't have to flex.
But he is
The
also
way he does it, though, is
Dustin Hoffman
beautiful.
picks it apart though. Like after they come out of the ship, and he's like, "Are you just let me do some pop psych right now? Are you jealous that Liev Schreiber figured it out first?" And he's like, "Huh, good shrinkage." So yes,
I was waiting
he
for a
doesn't-
shrinkage joke there, by the way.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, we just got out of the water. Good shrinkage. But yeah, it's.
I don't
he's
seem
a-
to have that problem.
Samuel Jackson does not have that problem. I think one of those eels got up here. Oh nope, that's you.
Did you see his butt?
Oh God, yeah.
I had to
rewound it
rewind
so
it
I
because
could
she was
see it.
looking at the Dustin
Oh,
Hoffman
you had to
mirror.
rewind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But you
wanted
didn't
to
have
see
to
it.
rewind it?
No, I paused it.
I wasn't done yet.
Paused it like a normal fucking pervert.
No, I was thrown off by how Dustin was flossing, and I was like, "That's not how you floss."
I didn't even know he was in that scene. I just saw fucking voluptuous butt cheeks, and I was like, "Yep."
Sam
Yeah.
Jackson in the shower and just his butt sticking out.
It wasn't supposed to. He's got voluptuous, juicy little apples.
But yeah, so
I'll
the
bite
door
that
just
apple.
the door automatically opens for them, and there's boot prints in there and stuff, and they're
Who
like, "Well, this
opened the
probably
door?
isn't good. Let's go in."
And yeah, somebody was like, "Anybody else concerned with who opened the
It
door?"
was
You
Sam.
should be.
It
Yeah,
was Sam.
You should be. You should be.
I think it's just because they're people, right? Because I mean, there's no suspense to this podcast. You should have watched it. I told you where to watch it.
Yeah.
We find out this is an American spaceship.
Well, we find out pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Like right here, because it has the words trash and basura
Yeah,
right there, so it's human.
it's maybe from the future, probably.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not from now, and it's not
their
from
I was gonna say,
1643.
their
but
technology. Well, they have dates on it about the 2000. Well, we assume it's 20.
I noticed the dates start in 07, and I was like, "Well, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
This ship ain't happening."
Sorry. We do have
Maybe
some
it was
touchscreen
30.
shit.
Turns out you have to fund NASA.
What?
Oh, yeah, maybe it was 30s.
It
Not
could have been
20s.
30s. Like, why did they have to think it was so far? Like, just only 20 years from now. It
They
could have
couldn't
been.
fathom it any other way.
Okay, well, either way, I mean, well, because they are assuming that humanity's not making it to 3043.
Yeah, they've
as most of us are.
Okay, 22, 24.
So they split up. Dustin Hoffman and Sharon Stone find a magic turbo lift, and they find a dead guy
Uh-huh.
whose head's been bashed in, and he has blue diamond almonds. Blue
It's a-
diamond.
Blue Diamond. That's a really good almonds, by the way.
I don't know.
The
They'll kill my husband, so we don't have them.
Soy wasabi are delightful.
I used to love them when I could eat them.
Still can. You're just a pussy and don't want to die.
But, like, I don't
You
know.
could eat anything you want.
Shannon is like, it's a human. And he's like, Dustin's like, it's a humanoid. And she's like, no, human.
As a Star Wars fan, it's a valid point.
But she's the biologist. I'd trust what she says
Yeah.
over what the psychologist says. He's like, well, I can't talk to it, so I don't know.
Hey, I've manipulated plenty of people into having sex with me. It's a humanoid. Him, not me. I'm not saying that as Jack. Just no.
I do like the computer thing though, and they go through and they have they play the unknown entry event, and it's like a whole projection around them.
holographic
Yeah.
That's
thing.
pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Dope.
this actually, I did like this. This graphics was fine for me.
The
Yes.
space stuff that they show, like this, and even like the intro, the beginning and ending, where it's like the warp thing that looks like a vagina. Or I guess it's just here and at the ending.
I
but
paused there too.
that looks pretty decent, and then the space stuff here looks really good.
Yeah.
The black hole and all the shit flying into it,
Black hole fun.
Won't you come?
Tried to.
and then they find the titular sphere.
Yeah.
And Dustin
This
Hoffman
does not look good.
Dustin Hoffman, the psychologist, not a real scientist, is the only one who notices that it's not actually reflecting them.
And he points it out.
yeah.
He's like, don't think I should be the only person, the one person notice this is not a scientist.
Yeah.
Like, this is all your guys' fields. But they are just so wrapped up in this. And Liev Schreiber kind of explains, everybody's just making references upon references, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, everything's like, well, this is kind of like Ulysses in the Odyssey. Well, this is kind of like Guggenheim with the Spluckersblocken. This is kind of like... So Liev Schreiber's like, it's a perfect sphere, and that is a flex.
Yeah.
And when somebody wanted to draw something for Pope something, he drew a perfect circle freehand. Like,
Yeah.
what do you say? Perfection is the flex.
Yeah.
Something
And
along those lines.
I did read that, I guess in the book, it's like a perfect silver cylinder. It doesn't have the ripples and stuff. But
Yeah, because
when
as
they
he says that, it's like the perfect sphere. I'm like, no, it's not.
when they designed it, they were basically realized that it's supposed to be reflecting everything around it, but because it's in a dark room, it just looked like a big black orb.
Oh, I thought it was getting like the C-3PO thing where it reflected the cameras. Like,
Oh.
it's literally reflecting everything, guys. What do we do?
So they went with this like bubbly champagne look. I think a big like absence of light would have been pretty cool. Like if it was the
Yeah.
silver sphere and
It-
it was kind of like an absence of everything.
This is supposed to
Yeah.
be kind of a anxiety, spooky movie that would have helped.
Yeah.
Instead of looking like they're about to celebrate New Year's.
Yes. Right?
I want to put that thing in the fucking ceiling and go disco dancing.
But it was like all moving and like it fluid.
Yeah. And I think that's just to make sure you can always see it doesn't just look like a weird, boring
Yeah, maybe.
It's not a
Chapter
boring
3.
sphere.
the analysis. Jack hates it.
I hate it. You're breaking up this.
Well, especially because
Analysis?
I've already talked about like at the end of the movie.
You're breaking up this podcast the way they broke up this movie.
Well, this whole podcast is the analysis. It's more the analysis.
It's the anal.
I already said that.
Did you?
I literally said the anal cis.
I'm
Oh,
an analyst.
You'll hear it when you're,
I'll hear it when I'm editing. I can't hear multiple
Laugh at it in post.
conversations while I'm talking.
Just laugh and post, dude.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times he fucking stops and like wipes tears from his eyes when he's
Because I'm sure,
editing.
much like me, I forget what the fuck we say.
Oh yeah.
I leave here and I'm like, all right, goldfish.
And it's always
gonna
when
eat.
she's watching
You choose
something
to
dramatic.
forget.
It's
Oh,
always
yeah.
when she's watching a really dramatic show and it's like the worst moment. Like I start laughing and she's like, that guy just said his daughter died.
She's watching Schindler's List and you're just dying laughing.
But yeah, so there's a cyclone coming, which is, I think it's
It
just what they
makes-
call a hurricane in Japan. So
No,
whatever.
he's like,
Typhoon.
the
Typhoon? That's
Cyclone would be like a water tornado.
right. Okay.
coyote was like, what you call a tornado is like a fart.
Oh, what is OSSA?
Oh, they showed it on one of the screens.
Because I looked it up and
Oceanic
it's not real.
something Association.
'Cause he does
OSSA.
Ocean something analrapist. Fucking I can't. Dustin Hoffman. He's like, so who are you? And he's like, you ever heard of OSSA? He's like, yeah. They don't know who I am. Okay, well I don't know who they are.
Also, you're using their stuff, so they probably know who you are.
Did you just walk up here one day with confidence and just start getting into the C lab?
That's how you do it.
Can we check his credentials?
He's Leonardo DiCaprio from
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Yeah.
Why didn't you? Oh, I'm blanking now. I'm fucking not able to word. What's that line? Do you concur? Why didn't you concur? I should have concurred.
But so they decide that they have to leave. Well, the higher ups, the mucky
They have to
mucks,
leave
decide they have to leave.
Schreiber.
And he's like, "We're gonna pull out." And
What do you mean
Liev
pull
Schreiber's like, well, "Yeah, to fucking Sam Jackson. Do you not understand pull out?" And I'm sitting here going, "Pull out joke, pull out
Yeah.
joke."
It's right there.
It's rated PG-13.
Did you? I'm sure you did watch with subtitles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sammy Jackson's punching this up because there's times that it's like, what do you mean, jerk? And he straight up is like, what do you mean, asshole?
Yeah.
Or ass. Like he just adds these things. I'm like, so they're using the real script
Yeah.
for the subtitles, and we're getting all his little beautiful ad libs. What are you talking about, sugar tits? It's not in the script.
There's
Sounds good.
definitely been there were times where the subtitles would say one thing and then Dustin was saying like 15 other different words
Yeah.
and then
Because he's like, look, I got the gist of the script. I didn't memorize all of it.
he's trying to, stutter and think and like he's trying to do Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Well, under the water life.
I mean, that's kind
finds
of a
way.
Dustin
I think
Hoffman.
I think I would have preferred Goldblum as a Hoffman
Who
on
wouldn't?
this.
But all the short jokes wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
She's in the tall dudes. Oh, hey, they are up there.
So this is where we see Sam Jackson's butt because they go back from the ship and he takes a shower.
Ow!
Dustin Hoffman's flossing while he's showering, and it's like a complete glass see-through shower. And I'm like, you're just trying to see that hog, dude.
Yeah, he's like, let me just look over here real quick.
I mean, Liev Schreiber's peeping on him later.
Yep.
They're all trying to see Sam Jackson's hog except Sharon Stone.
She's like, I don't want to look at it. I'll just be attracted to him.
They're not in the same. They're not in scenes together often. Sharon and Sam.
Not till later. At the end of the movie.
Yeah,
they
once
are.
we narrow it down to some survivors.
I wonder if that had to do with like being on other films and like, well, this scene can just be these two people.
Maybe. He's shooting during the week. She's
Who
shooting during
do
the
we
weekend.
have here today? Put him in a scene.
Who wants to go swimming today? But he says Coyote's wrong about the sphere because he said it's nothing, it's whatever, and he's like, no, it's alive, and I want to go in there.
Yeah.
He also says
We're all gonna
probably,
die.
Probably the most correct thing in this movie. I mean, it ends up not being true, but he's like, we're all gonna die, and he's super happy about it. Not happy, but
He's
He's
made peace with
complacent.
with his mathematical gods.
because and
Mathematical?
Hoffman's like, why? Why would you
Mathematical.
why would you say that? Nothing bad has happened yet, so why would you say that?
Because we know it's a black hole, but the little feedback said unknown entry or entity. Or is it entry?
Entry.
Unknown entry. He's like, we now know it's a black hole. They didn't, so we don't survive this.
We didn't tell
Because
them
we
anything.
didn't go back
We
and tell
did this-
everybody.
Yeah, you can't change the future,
Yeah.
which is a very linear mathematical way of looking at the future.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of time travel in movies, right? So,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but I think that's probably the most common one. And then there's the
Except-
flat circle.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You can change all the futures. You can have
Oh, I
Biff,
fucked it up. Let me go make it better.
You could have Biff be Donald Trump.
Oh God.
If Back to the Future was more realistic, it would end up more like Butterfly Effect, which isn't good. But like, he's like, I'm going to go back and fix it. Nope, fucked it up. I'm going to fix
Fucked
it
it-
more.
Fucked it up more.
Oh, shit. We're
Kill you-
getting
just-
molested.
Kill yourself as you're a fetus. It's the dumbest thing in that movie.
That whole movie's stupid.
Isn't that how he ends? He like kills himself. He strangles himself with an umbilical cord as a fetus.
I think so. He chooses to die. That way he can't, none of the stuff can ever happen.
Yeah,
I don't know. When I was a stupid,
but it's still gonna fuck it anyway.
when I was a stupid Ute, I watched that movie probably 12 times. Now, I remember that his uncle molested him.
I've probably seen it once.
I think I've only seen it once.
I watched that movie so many times as a young child, teenager.
That's weird.
Hey, luckily he moved on to Requiem for a Dream. He became a well-rounded adult.
Well, also like I was a kid.
Well-rounded.
I was a kid. You owned what your parents bought you. I didn't have a job yet,
Sure.
and I think I ended up getting that. Maybe I got it for like a $5 Blockbuster
Yeah.
used disc sale or something. So it was one of those discs I had. So I was like, watch this.
Hey, you got a can of beer over there?
Yeah.
Prove it.
But yeah, so Sam Jackson's like, I wish I could go in the sphere, and lays
Boy,
back
oh
to go to
boy,
sleep.
do I want to go to the sphere.
And then we get chapter whatever it is now, the sphere. I've lost track of chapters.
Yeah.
They don't say chapter number; they just say the
No.
title. But
It makes me think. I'm like, oh, we're going for a commercial break. We're gonna do a fucking Blue Almonds break right here.
it is PG-13,
Yeah.
and it's 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Dude, I at one point paused because I'm like, all right, we're getting like to the wrap up of we know who's who now. 55 minutes left. And I was like,
Same.
what is going to be happening from here on out?
I didn't. I was gonna check the time, and then I was like, "Don't do it."
I didn't want to,
it.
but I had to pee, and I was like, might as well.
Exactly. I got up to let the dog out, and I paused it, and I was like, 53 minutes.
So we did right at the same part.
Yeah, I was like, "There's a whole movie left.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a bunch of talkie talk.
There's a Disney animated film left."
There's a double episode of Andor out.
So there's a red alert. Sam Jackson is in there trying to go into the sphere, and one of the worst graphics happens. He looks at it, sees his reflection, and then it like floats away like a space ghost.
Yeah, that was him getting.
I know
into
what it
the
was,
sphere.
but it looks like trash.
Well, yeah.
and
I still don't understand the whole sphere thing.
and he disappears, and so Dustin
disappears.
He disappears. Yes, thank you. Dustin Hoffman goes looking for him because they're like, well, Peter Coyote's got a great line. He's like, yeah, because Dustin Hoffman says we're not going to leave him. And he's like, yeah, I'm not putting in my report that I killed a civilian.
Yeah.
Fucking go get that motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right. We're not leaving him. But if you don't come back, I'll leave both of you.
I don't want to lose one civilian.
I
Two,
will
I could
lose-
just say you guys killed each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will lose all of them.
They had sea madness.
I never had civilians down here. What do you mean? Your report
Prove it.
says you brought people back. I don't see them.
Prove it.
Prove it. I don't see them. Why would I say that unless I killed them all? Whoop.
You guys probably think I killed my wife.
You probably said past episode. Hi, you probably think I killed my wife. Well, I do now. Since you led with that.
Hi, good to meet you. I didn't kill my wife.
Hi, I don't have herpes. Kind of feel like you have herpes.
So Dustin Hoffman gets there. Samuel L. Jackson appears, and Dustin Hoffman sees his own reflection. And then we go to black, and we come back with the power. Short chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and they get cut loose in there because when right before Dustin Hoffman sees his reflection, all the power goes out because the surface cut the power because they
took
couldn't
out the
send the
umbilical
sun
Dude,
down.
this
Howard.
fucking miniature.
This is cool just because it's a miniature at least.
I love it, but
love
it's
a miniature, love a dummy.
it's like you pulled the plug out of a bathtub. It's what it reminded me of, and I was like, ah.
Love it.
And Queen Latifah goes dancing with jellyfish. I guess they
She's
have
been
to.
bad this whole movie.
She's so flat.
But I will say I was pretty
I think
happy
this is
with
her
this.
first. So
Okay.
I think.
I was pretty happy with this death order because at this point Samuel L. Jackson is now comatose, or they have another word for it. He's
Sleeping.
sleeping.
Yeah, he's a
And-
phasic. He's asleep.
He's asleep. So yeah, don't use fucking fancy. Why say many word when few do trick? And I thought, is Samuel L. Jackson going to be just comatose this entire movie till the very fucking end? I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm left without him and add Queen Latifah. Role reversal. She dies. He snaps out of it. Much happy.
Yeah,
Much happy.
yeah, because she goes out. They have to take these tapes to the mini sub and
Every 12
reset it
hours.
every 12 hours. Otherwise, they'll leave without them. Good, like safety thing, I guess.
Yeah, I
I mean,
like
They
it.
could have made
maybe
it
not a good
24.
safety thing that you have to go out there and reset it every 12 hours.
You don't have remote control for this thing?
Yeah,
You don't have a button?
You can't do it from the C lab.
Yeah.
like, but
Why'd you put it so far away? Why isn't this bay just like, why don't you just go down the stairs and
why
there it
isn't it
is?
attached to the C lab?
Yeah. I don't get the
Because
planning
it
of
needs
this.
to be able to launch away.
Because it wouldn't be as dramatic.
No, but it still drops and goes down under. It goes down under before it saves you. A bit of scuba there. Bit of scuba fella.
But yeah, she goes out and does a music video with jellyfish. Dude, and I don't understand.
just
So
any kind of jellyfish.
Dustin Hoffman sees one jellyfish. And then she's out there and she's like, wow, I don't know, 500 jellyfish just appeared out of nowhere.
Because
It's
he's
so
telling
beautiful.
But he's telling Shannon Stone the story of like, oh no, that's after.
Yeah, it's after.
Yeah, to explain that it's his fear
Yeah.
of the jellyfish. Like I
But,
don't know
like-
what she felt, dude, but the pain that I had was beyond pain.
But my reaction to a sudden flock of jellyfish, I guess it's a school because they're in water,
Yeah.
appearing around me is not, this is so beautiful. It's, oh shit, a bunch of jellyfish. I should probably get the fuck
I know I have
outta
a
here.
suit, but holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, you've been down here for X amount of time, right?
Yeah.
And I know
She says this is weird.
she should have right away been like, I've never seen this many jellyfish. You know what? I'm gonna head back real
One of
fast.
them, maybe it's Liev Schreiber, which wouldn't make sense because he's an astrophysicist, but he's like, what are jellyfish doing 1,000 feet down?
Yeah. Oh, he's got 3 PhDs. You don't know what them all of
Yeah,
them are.
that's true.
And then just in general, he's probably like, well, if I'm gonna go underwater, I'm gonna read every book about the underwater.
Well, they didn't know they were going underwater.
Ah, valid.
Yeah. And this is a military ship, so there are no books allowed.
Nuh-uh. Well, there's one.
Mein Kampf?
No, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Mein Kampf. If anything, it would be the art of war.
Yeah, it's not 2024. It's 1998.
We hit our Nazis.
But yeah, I just love because it's literally right after she's like, it's so beautiful. They just start
Attacking.
pelting her. And she's like, I need to get out of here, guys. And they're like, yeah, you need to get out of there. And she's like, I should get out of here. And they're
Yeah,
like,
get
you
out of
should
there.
get out of there. But
Okay, I'm getting out of here. I died.
Yep. Murdered by jellyfish, which sucks.
And
That's when we get the story about him being 5 years old and the jellyfish and
Yeah,
the
'cause
water.
I do like the
Shannon-
dummy work here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got her on the old Teen Laquifa's on the table. It's a good dummy.
Is it because she's younger still? So she's
Yeah,
Teen
she's
Laquifa?
Teen Laquifa.
Okay.
Well,
I don't
also
think
her
she's a
name is
teen,
Teeny.
but- yeah, she is teeny.
Teeny Laquifa. Teeny Laquifs. It's my small French name.
Sharon Stone's checking it out and she's like, I don't know what the fuck this quote unquote jellyfish is, but it's not God's creation.
Yeah.
These are not real.
It's your imagination of a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Liev Schreiber finds Samuel L. Jackson awake, singing in the shower, looks at his dick,
Oh yeah.
and then Peter Coyote
Missed the spot.
confronts.
a little bit lower. There it is.
He confronts Dustin Hoffman about Sharon Stone being unstable, and this kicks off like the rest of the movie that Peter Coyote's in of him just poking this mentally unstable person to make them crack.
So let's just say Dustin Hoffman did fudge it all up and she is mentally unstable. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
You are fucking fathoms underwater.
Yeah, there's 90 fathoms under.
Like, you do not want to poke that bear.
This is not the time to go to a person that you think might be mentally unstable and be like, listen here, cuckoo bird.
Hey, you having anxiety? Are you having anxiety? You having anxiety right now? Huh? Huh?
Hey, what if I put my hand right in front of your face? Right,
Not touching
right in
you.
front of your face?
I'm not touching you.
That might be why I have anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, kids, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
I always just punch my sister. When I touched you, what?
Spit on him.
Oh,
But-
she used to do that to me.
We find out she tried to kill herself. And I like that Dustin Hoffman's like, she took 20 Niazepam or whatever the fuck.
She took 20 little yellows.
20 yellows? What
He's got the street name for it, dude. She took 20 swizzles? Damn.
and
I've had 3 swizzles end up naked in a tree.
and Sam Jackson is having a fucking picnic with this breakfast that Dustin
He is
Hoffman cooks for
excited.
him.
He is an excite.
I love it.
I love eggs
Toast?
so much. I love eggs.
This toast is amazing. This bacon is better.
Better?
And these eggs, what'd you put in these eggs? Actually, shut up. Don't tell me. Hold on. Is that a little bit of saffron, some dill, and I don't even know what this fucking word is. Like, he said
Yeah.
like chivalry.
I don't know what the fuck that word was. It's a spice that apparently I need.
Yeah. If it makes my eggs like this, dude, he was fucking these eggs
He
with
was.
his mouth.
And then Shannon, what is Sharon do?
Jesus Christ. It's because we're doing it too.
Sharon Stone.
Sharon McStone here.
Sharon McStone. I've got
What
the
is
luck
she
of the
Is
Irish.
she just like writing sphere and then drawing circles?
Yeah, she's writing egg, sphere, egg, sphere,
Oh,
over and over.
Yeah, I thought that was going to come to something.
It doesn't.
It did not.
I do like Sam Jackson's thing though, because they're like, well, how'd you get into the sphere? There's no doors. And he's like, well, there's doors all over here and we're not getting out. So
we're not getting the fuck
do you
out
think
of
we
here.
should leave? It was weird, but he's just like, he's looking straight ahead at Peter Coyote, and Dustin Hoffman's behind him. He's like, why are you looking at me like that, Norman?
Yeah.
It's creepy, and it's so beautifully
And that
done by
turnaround,
Sammy
that
Jackson.
look, this is
Smile.
why he's doing such a good job. Because yeah, he does that turnaround and that grin, and you're just like, oh, this guy's an alien.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, whatever happened to that sphere, it's not you. You're dead, and this is an alien taking you over.
Yeah, that's what I thought this whole time.
For
I-
sure. They wanted
I
you
definitely
to.
saw this movie
I did not. I've never
once,
even heard
but
of
I don't
this.
remember it. Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never even heard of it.
It was a big deal. It came out in February.
Couldn't even
Weren't
get
you
that
working
sentence
there?
out. 98, no. I was 99, 2000, 2001.
It would have been towards the end of '98 that it would have been at your theater.
No, I was there in 99.
No.
I don't know, man. This movie made less than its budget. It might have been there by June.
You're not wrong.
He was working in a cheap theater, folks, for those who don't know.
Yes.
One of those theaters that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, it is now
Roadhouse.
But I don't know what Dustin Hoffman's doing here, because he makes some of these apparently orgasmic eggs, some wonderful toast, question mark,
Hey,
some bacon,
Bacon's better.
and then calamari?
Out of the microwave.
Microwave calamari.
Let's hope it's a fancy air fryer.
Why does he really like it and then freak the fuck out?
Because he hates squid.
But it
And
tastes
this is where
good.
This is where, again, I thought he'd been taken over by an alien that was going to be a squid creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
For
he's like,
sure.
oh shit, I just ate my brother.
He's able to. At this point, I'm like, he's able to control jellyfish when he's sleeping. Like, he summoned them there, was my
Yeah.
thought. And it's because it's always when somebody's going out to the mini sub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always when they're outside.
Because they're alone, too.
Yeah.
So.
And I was like, so he's summoning jellyfish and he doesn't want to eat squid. Huh.
Yeah,
You're a
it's-
fucking alien squid.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't want to eat squid?
Squid's delicious.
She doesn't.
Calamari's so good.
I fucking love calamari.
Yeah.
It's too rubbery.
Oh, you've had it overcooked then. If it's rubbery, it's not right.
The first exchange.
Stop it. Stop. I'm going to tell you something else that frustrates me with this movie besides that every fucking time. And I actually wondered about you, Whitney, if this bugged this shit out of you. There is so much no communication where somebody's on a squawk
Yeah.
box
Thank
like,
you.
go to your left. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Push your call button. Answer me back. And it's just like minutes of like, hey, Norman. And I'm like,
Mom.
I'm like,
Oh my
mommy,
God,
either-
it
mommy.
answer them
drove
or
me
turn it the
fucking
fuck
bananas.
off. Okay, good. And it's not just one moment. It is like
It's the whole
any
movie.
time.
The one that made sense to me, and it's still shitty, but when Dustin Hoffman and Sharon Stone were out together and they were having like a personal conversation, because she's like, did you tell Peter
Yeah.
Coyote about my shit?
It's like,
But-
dude, he had my fucking notes.
But that you have that conversation
How
and
did
you
he
push
get
the
his
button.
notes?
He's
The
above
the
whatever.
OSSA doesn't even know who he is, Whitney.
Yeah,
So he's a
some-
man in black.
Yeah, he's
OSHA doesn't know who he is.
OSHA has never
It's
heard of
OSA.
me, and
It's
I
just
own
it's
multiple.
OSA. It's OSA.
OSHA's never heard of me.
Exactly.
OSHA's never heard of me, and I own multiple businesses.
I'm very influential, and my apartment smells of rich mahogany.
But yeah, so the computer starts acting up, sending a bunch of numbers. Liev Schreiber says it's because of the helium is fucking up the circuits or
Yeah,
something.
real smart guy.
But no, Sam Jackson walks in, looks at the thing for a quarter of a second. He's like, "Man, there's a pattern there."
Yeah,
Stupid.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
it'd be
code.
random. I didn't see. It's so quick though, because they even all question like, "How did you fucking see that?"
And he doesn't answer.
No,
Like
he does-
anybody, nobody in this movie
and
answers.
I was gonna
anybody.
say that's another thing that frustrates me. No one fucking answers, and everyone's okay with it. What was inside the sphere? I love it here. I'm not gonna ask him again. No.
No, the only
follow up.
person who insists on someone answering him is Dustin Hoffman, and I think it makes things worse.
It
When he
does.
keeps saying, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry,
Yeah.
Jerry. We'll get there. It's coming up right now.
Yeah.
So they figure out that these numbers are a pattern because a keyboard stretched around a sphere in reverse, something,
Yep.
reflections.
Numbers.
And so they
Sure.
decode it and they can read what the code says, and it's the sphere trying to talk to them. And I just like that it starts, hello, how are you? I'm fine. What's
I'm
your
fine.
name?
Thanks for asking.
What's
I'm
your name?
Jerry.
My name's Jerry. And fucking Peter Coyote, like, asking for a last name. And they're like, what? And he's like, I'm not putting that we talked to an alien called Jerry,
Jerry.
in my report.
Sharon Stone, because someone's like, it's a stupid alien. She's like, oh, I guess they'd have to exist.
That's a good point.
Like, imagine if aliens reached out and they just got some fucking person that just some Trump. No, he would shoot it before it got there.
Gleepy glorp.
These aliens are the best aliens I've ever been there. They make my hands look huge. But they're like, imagine just a really dumb person in your life. Just imagine that. Now imagine aliens reach out to them. And you're just, just imagine, you're just like, do not judge us on that, please.
Right?
Not all of us are a bunch of Jerrys.
I mean, it could be like, was it Star Trek 6? 4?
I don't know. What did
4.
you just watch?
I think it's 4.
Voyage home
Where they're trying to, where
With the
they're-
whales?
With the whales.
where
'Cause the
are
aliens-
nuclear vessels.
The aliens are trying to talk to the whales.
Uh-huh.
And the whales aren't responding.
Being dicks about it. Hey, when the aliens reached out to me last night, I had a couple things to say to them. You know what I'm saying? First thing first, what did you drive? How'd you get here? What kind of miles did you get in that spaceship?
Oh, there's another Star Trek movie I just watched. I was like, what did I watch where people were trying to talk to something, but they couldn't receive it because it was on the wrong type of transmission? It was Star Trek The Motion Picture.
The first one
Yeah.
with V'ger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
well,
V'ger-
Voyager, duh.
Yeah.
So-
V'ger is trying to talk to them, but it's on this thing they can't communicate with because it's hundreds of years
I
old.
hated Star Trek growing up, like the show, and so I never watched any of the movies. And we've probably talked about this, but when they all became available streaming on Netflix years ago, like 06 or something like that,
Yeah.
or no, it was like 08 or
Before
later.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
That's where they all are now.
let's just call it 2010.
Okay.
I watched all of them and fucking loved them.
Dude.
I'm
that-
exceedingly getting a little bit less loving, but still fun. Wrath of Khan. is a-
Wrath of Khan is better because it has like stuff going on. The first one is slow and not a lot happens, but they did a 4K like director's cut re-release. Shit is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, I
Like,
checked those out.
Honestly, it's like it's an episode's length of story.
Uh-huh.
Like nothing. It's a lot of long shots, but god
Well,
damn,
I think
it's
they were
pretty
just trying to
watch.
figure out the formula.
Well, I think it was supposed to be a pilot for maybe a new series, and then it got turned into a movie. I think is what I had heard.
I still like it because what you're saying, like it's shot beautiful.
God, it's so fucking good looking.
Search
Anyway,
for
that's not
Spock,
this.
Let's go.
So yeah, I'm pleased to be in contact with you entities. I am enjoying this much.
Ha ha ha. Having fun.
Ha, ha, ha.
You make
Ha,
journey,
ha,
I make
ha.
journey, we make journey.
And Dustin Hoffman, he's like, I'm not, like, it's not good that he's happy because what happens when he gets angry?
Yeah.
'cause
And
he's
he
like, it
makes
should
a
be
really
it-
good point.
Yeah, it would be better if it was emotionless because it's been alone for 300 years and had no emotional contact with anybody. So what happens when it gets mad?
Yep.
Yep. And I mean,
Oh, and I don't remember who it is that says it, but they say, like, that kind of sounds stupid, right? Well, that's how you would talk to a child or a dog because we are children or dogs to an alien. And,
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
how are you?
minimum 300
My
year old
name is
entity.
Jerry.
Yeah.
What's your name, you little
Hi.
fuck?
I come from a far, far away place.
Lion
right
ass
there.
t-shirt.
Dude, thank God these aliens aren't Derek because we'd all be shitbirds to them.
These fucking idiots.
God, I gotta get off this planet.
Don't
full
even
of babies.
don't even speak number beeps.
They don't even speak spherical keyboard.
When he is trying to figure it out, like they're like, "How did you figure it out so fast?" I'm rewinding a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, "Just think binary." Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer you.
Just think binary, dude.
Duh. It's all ones and zeros, love.
Oh, Jack, the monster. That's the next chapter.
The fuck you.
So there's thumping on the outside of the C Lab deck.
Uh-huh.
And this girl, Edmund, who's been a character. Edmund's her last name.
Kinda.
She's been there. She's been watching the screens
because there
go
was only
off and
two
turn
other
into
people.
numbers,
Yeah.
but
She gave
didn't
him
tell
muffins.
anybody. She didn't even tell Peter Coyote the screens were turning into numbers until like 14 of them had changed. And she's
I
like,
didn't know I was supposed to report that.
actually, I think everything's broken.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just having such a good time not doing my job. I was just sitting here reading People magazine. Did you know that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are getting together? Thinking about adopting a baby in '98. Wonderful.
He's Cantonese.
That Michael Jackson, I mean, I think that he's going to come out of this on top. O.J. Simpson is a really good dude.
Yeah.
Wait,
Bill Co-
98? No, he wasn't in 98.
Bill Cosby has a new
97
comedy
was when
special.
96 is when that happened.
Yeah,
right?
so they already knew about O.J.
Bill Cosby has a new comedy special, and he is just
He
delightful.
is America's father. I mean,
and I heard he doesn't like that Eddie Murphy because of his dirty speak.
he's dirty. That Eddie Murphy's dirty.
Bill Cosby is obviously a better
Bill
person. But yeah, so there's thumping on the outside of the C Lab, and they know that Edmonds is out there, so they go out to find her, and she has just been fucking
Pulverized.
She
mangled.
looked like she got serial crushed by some huge friggin' guy.
Yeah. Like her face it looks like the lady's face from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch after she gets blasted in the mouth.
Mouth blasted.
Yeah.
So are we led to believe that like her bones have been pulverized inside of her body?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sharon Stone's like holding the foot and like checking it out, and it's like it
Jelly.
looks like fish guts
Foot
coming out.
fetish turned off for the day, by the way. I will not be watching foot porn tonight. This
Aw.
did not do it for me.
What,
Or
fish,
are you
fish
going
guts
to
coming out
watch
of
it?
feet?
Are you going to watch it so you can get that image out of your head?
No, I'm gonna watch good old fashioned brother sister porn tonight.
Okay.
You know, like a normal American.
Seriously.
Apparently, that's all any of us want.
Can't wait
Incest-
till someone gets stuck in my washing machine.
Incest is the best. Put your sister to the test, dude.
Oh God! You shouldn't have slogans. Your family's slogans like one man's cum, the other man's lube. Incest the best. Put the sister to the test.
It's funny because my sister is also the one that told me that.
So it's not a family thing. It's a fucking sister thing.
Sister. Nobody believed we were sisters. I'm tall, white, and blonde.
Because you weren't having sex.
No. I'm tall, white, and blonde, and she was short, brown, and brown.
Short brown and brown is so. If anybody listening, Whitney did pantomime towards what was brown and what was brown. She didn't just double down brown.
She's really brown.
Double down brown would be a really cool character.
Yeah, it would.
Double down brown. I'm on the case.
No, but we
He's
did.
Filipino.
We did have a friend like, just make out, you guys. And I was like, I'm not making out with my fucking sister. They're like, there's no way you guys are related. You fucking nothing alike. And I was like,
There's no way you're related. Kiss. What? Who's this proving anything to?
I was like, no. And we pulled out our IDs, same last name and everything.
I don't think you're related. Let me see your buttholes. We're gonna get to the bottoms of this.
But it's. I love you, Carrie.
So Sam Jackson's reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and he reads out loud the part about monstrosity coming, whatever.
If it was a 20-foot body or whatever, it would
Yeah.
have 40-foot tentacles. That would be a formidable monster.
And Sharon Stone and Dustin Hoffman are outside, and eggs start raining from the sky.
And this is where you would have snow.
And
not the
also,
jellyfish.
this
Now,
is
I
where
know that he hates squid, but has he tried these eggs? And being Samuel Jackson? These are some tasty eggs. Do you mind if I have some of your coffee to wash down these tasty eggs?
Well, this is another.
My wife's a vegetarian. My girlfriend's a vegetarian, which means I'm a vegetarian.
This is another Queen Latifah jellyfish moment, though, because the eggs start raining down, and they're both just like, "Huh, that's weird."
Get
I would
the
be like,
fuck
"Get
out.
inside."
I would have dropped this dead body, be like, "There's no helping her.
Yeah.
She's pulverized.
What are we gonna do? Take her back?
Yeah, we can put the bones back in her body.
We're getting eaten soon.
Bye."
Bye.
Nice.
I do agree with Peter Coyote though. Like as you're going, just snag one of these eggs, dude. Especially
Right?
Sharon Stone.
She even
being-
had one in her
yeah,
hand.
she squirched it.
Well,
No,
they,
she
she
stepped
stepped
on
it. She stepped
one,
on it.
then
She
they
stepped on one.
stepped on it, and you see a squid pop out. So they're squid eggs.
I mean, I definitely would have grabbed one just to be like, let's take a peek at this fucking monstrosity.
1,000%.
Yeah.
But when
And
we
then
find out,
scramble
it
it
would have
up.
disappeared.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
have mattered. Yeah. When they get back inside, the squid that's on the sonar disappears. I love that Peter Coyote's like, something big was out there. I'm like,
It's
I
shaped
don't read
exactly
sonar.
like a squid.
Yeah, I don't read sonar, but that had like an arrow on the top of its head, a little cylindrical body, and tentacles.
Well, even beyond sonar, they have some fucking rapid imaging sonar tech that gives them a better readout than just a blip or a blop.
Yeah.
which he says, and then when they do it later, it's the
still looks
exact
blobby,
same
yeah.
image.
Yeah.
But I
The-
don't
to
know
the
if you
T.
guys caught it when Edmonds was out there. You did see a giant squid swim away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
because Peter Coyote looks out the window, or it's right before they show him. They show the window, and you see some
Yeah.
squiggly shit.
Squiddly shit.
And then we get to chapter whatever, battle stations.
Battle hard. Battle stations got me kind of excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, we gonna get some fucking like rail
We gonna
guns
fight?
under the water. We gonna get some fucking sonar. I've seen fucking
Nah, this
Aquaman.
isn't Avatar, man.
I've seen Aquaman.
What would you use as a projectile underwater? Air? Like
No, metal.
it's
But like
still
to
like
make
water
it to make
underwater.
it shoot though.
Oh, compressed air be just
Yeah.
fine. A spear gun uses tightly bound rubber.
As we find
Okay.
out, liquid hydrogen might work well.
Liquid hydrogen work really well. I didn't know you could have an underwater flamethrower, and now I need one.
Right?
Fetish unlocked.
Yes.
But they're like, okay, let's go talk to Jerry again. So, but we're gonna need a game plan, and then right on the screens as they walk into the room, what is a game plan?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
fuck.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Kind of. He's everywhere.
He's all knowing.
All seeing.
And then they're like,
And his
well, we
name's
got to go
Jerry.
talk by ourselves before we talk to you. And it's
No,
just,
no,
no.
no.
And I'm
Throwing
like,
a
at
temper
that point,
tantrum.
that's where I stopped trying to tell it. Like, look, sometimes people need to be alone. Like
Yeah, I'm
Dustin
like, cool,
Hoffman,
let's chat.
Like, no, I'm going to talk to you because that's the writing of a serial killer.
Let's
I've
hang
seen
out
The
for-
Shining.
Let's
Yeah.
hang out forever. Forever and ever and ever. And then you start writing down what you want and passing notes. That's what you got to do. Have Dustin Hoffman talk to this thing forever.
Why are you
While
writing?
you're writing notes. And we're playing Hangman. Actually, we were writing
Why
a
are you
birthday.
lying to me?
Well, I'm not lying to you, Jerry. I'm writing you a fucking birthday
Stop
card.
calling me Jerry.
Is Jerry with 2 R's and a Y? Or are you doing an R and an I? I'm just asking for your birthday cake. Also, how do you feel about marzipan?
I love it.
I don't know what you entities eat.
So-
Hopefully it's not people.
So it says, "Are you afraid?" And the squid returns.
People upside down cake. Go on.
And this is when shit gets crazy. This is when shit gets crazy, and most of the cast dies.
Yeah.
Dude, Barnes gets
'cause
it bad.
He gets twained.
The pressure starts building. They have to go, or the decreasing because the thing's getting squeezed. So they have to increase the air pressure to keep the air out or the water out. I
Then
don't
there's
know.
a fire.
Science. There's some fire. Liev Schreiber
This is
gets
shit
hit.
falling
Dude,
apart.
Liev Schreiber, I mean, he's not long for this world,
No.
but he gets fucking whacked in the head when he gets blown back from this thing. And then as soon as he goes to try to help Dustin Hoffman, he gets whacked in the head again. I was like, this dude better not go to sleep.
He is an NFL player concussed.
He even says, he's like, don't go to sleep.
I literally said he better not go to sleep. And then he got barbecued. And I
Yep.
was like, oh, he's fine.
Oh, dude, he was medium rared. Like, they fucking
Oh.
cranked up the heat. I like my Liev Schreiber, a little crispy on
I
the
love-
outside and pink on the middle.
I love the dummy work there, though.
Oh, absolutely.
The melting dummy
It's
was amazing.
such bad dummy work that I love it.
And Dustin Hoffman's just frozen in the corner, like,
Yeah, for a second, I was like, is he dead?
yeah, I thought
same,
he got
'cause he's not
knocked out or
blinking.
something. Yeah.
So I was like, did he get like fucking sphered into a coma? I don't know how that works.
maybe.
Viewers
yeah.
at home, I made wizard fingers when
Yeah,
I
he
said
did.
that.
We mentioned that Peter Coyote gets cut in half because he's trying to hold. So he's got like this Pelican case, which is a heavy duty case. You carry music equipment, video equipment, whatever.
Well, and this would, I'm guessing, I'm sure production wise is exactly what you just said.
yeah.
But movie wise, it's probably like it's meant for underwater.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
meant for it's supposed to be, carry their films and shit.
Some-
Well, I mean,
Something.
shit. You could probably this pressurized emergency doors are closing. You could probably keep one of those open with just a normal Pelican case that's meant for carrying your camera. Those things are fucking hardcore.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for throwing cameras on a plane and going across the country and trusting baggage handlers.
Well, because you know the baggage handler's not going to fucking care about a fragile,
I've
fragility
seen the
sticker.
videos of baggage handlers throwing people's suitcases over their heads.
They don't make enough money to give a shit.
yeah.
I'm not faulting them, dude.
No, I'm just saying I've seen it.
Yeah. I didn't think you were faulting them either. We represent the working class.
Yep.
But yeah,
That's who I am, and that's what I care about.
the Pelican case gets knocked out as he's trying to go through the door, and it closes. They don't show him get cut in half because PG-13, but
Yeah.
they do show that latch go on, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh no.
This is
show
a
the legs
particularly
twitching.
bad case of being cut in half.
As they're good case of being cut in half?
It's
Yeah,
from Walk,
it's the magician.
Walk Hard.
Oh, okay.
When he's like, Doc, can you do anything for my son? He's like, this is a particularly bad case of being cut in half. His upper half was cut off from his lower half. We're not scientists. Doc, speak to us plainly.
The sphere speaks to Dustin Hoffman. It's like, hey, where's the control entity? Like, he's dead, dude. Oh, where's that funny guy?
Yeah,
I
where's
like the funny
Liev
guy.
Schreiber? He was funny. He was humorous. Bring him back. I can't bring him back.
That's not
That's
how it
this works.
dude.
I don't have
It's not
that
how
power.
any of this works.
Yeah. And again, this has no concept of death. What do you mean you can't bring him back?
Yeah,
But here's the thing: he could have brought him back with his
but he
imagination.
didn't know that yet.
Yeah,
But you
there's
know,
got to
that's-
be limits.
That's one of those dead is better situations.
They
You think so?
manifested squids.
Real quick. You think they could bring people back from the dead?
Yeah,
I think they
why
could
not?
temporarily. It wouldn't actually be the person though. It would be a visualization, an
Yeah.
illusion of the
It would
person.
just
Oh.
be.
But
a
again, this is
hallucination.
So no,
that-
they can't bring somebody
because
back
of the
then.
way that they're. So what's happening, guys? Just so you know, so you're not lost on this, is we find out that the sphere is giving these guys mental powers, and all of their fears can become manifest.
They can
Sphere
dream and imagine
fears.
anything they want, and it comes real. The
Yeah.
problem is they have imaginations that have scary sides.
Yeah. So if one of them was to imagine Liev Schreiber back, then you've got Sabretooth in your underwater thing.
That's how you
or-
get a giant marshmallow man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how
Or
you
like
get
I
an
said
orca in a
earlier,
top
this
hat.
is a sometimes dead is better situation.
Yeah.
Like this
Because
is
it's got a
Pet
monkey
Sematary.
pod. There's never a good job of bringing somebody back. It's always monkey pod.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
something like I brought him back, but guess what? He's gonna kill you.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery.
Turns
bitch.
out it's Clancy Brown.
Never
I do
go
like
down that way.
The Jerry
that loud?
entity thing is saying like he's like, hey, do you like that squid? I can do it again.
I can bring
Like,
him back.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Your antics are we love what you're doing. We're dying. But having fun here. We all go on a journey. You go on a journey, I go on a journey.
Oh, and then when the whole ship is on fire or space, the bubble is on fire, it is I will kill you all
Yeah.
on all of the screens multiple times.
And then it just seems to forget that it did that. But then this
Well,
is when
it
it's
wouldn't
like
it wouldn't have a concept of kill. Anyway.
this is when it's like, stop calling me Jerry. And he's like, so what's your name? And it doesn't answer him. So then he's immediately Dustin Hoffman's like, Jerry? Jerry, there, Jerry?
Jerry.
This is why I'm
Jerry.
saying he's a bad
Jerry.
psychologist. The thing's like, don't call me Jerry. And he's like, okay, Jerry.
Yeah. But that translation would be wrong too.
Yeah.
Because he would be saying, like, don't call me Jerry
Yeah.
when he originally called it. So the translation's wrong and it's Harry.
Yeah.
Let's get to that.
Which
It's
is
Harry.
Sam Jackson's character.
Yes. So when he says, don't call me Jerry, it would be different than my name is Jerry.
It's still him saying, don't call me Harry. So it still doesn't work because
Right, exactly.
they found out that the translation was done incorrectly. Because
Yeah,
it was
but then
done really
everything else
quickly.
would have been incorrect.
Just
What-
anything involving a J and an A. So
Yeah.
most words because most words have an A, not a J.
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be a J-E and then an H and A.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't think about it
exactly.
too much because
It's-
this
That's
movie
what
headache.
sucks.
call C-A.
Headache material.
Yeah, don't sell me Jerry. What?
Chapter 15, the misspelling.
He is Dustin Hoffman starts talking to Sam Jackson. He's like, hey, so what do you think of that attack? He's like, there was an attack? I'm like,
Huh.
there is water everywhere.
Things
They're
are
trickling
sparking.
in.
Dustin Hoffman's like, that smoke's not bothering you? Like, you have a fucking Las Vegas smoking section above your head right now, dude. And guess what? Nobody has any cigarettes. That is straight up electrical fire. You can't
Well-
smell that in the air. It's like a meth head's in here.
And this is still like pointing toward Sam Jackson because Dustin Hoffman's like, you know, you're just sitting there calm as a fucking cucumber, dude. And he's like, what? And you're running around just fixing things? And he's
Yeah.
like, how'd you know I was running around if you were asleep the whole time? Like,
Oh, I'm not going to
Yeah.
answer that.
and he's like, you know what? Finish my book.
I'm sitting right here. I'm finishing my story. I'm finishing my 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
You know, I've never made it past page 87.
Too scary. Is
That's
it
what
though?
is said right there, by the way.
Is it scary?
I don't know.
It's when the 27-foot squid comes, I guess.
He doesn't like squids, dude.
Because of this book?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because it was 7 feet long with 24-foot tentacles. Quite the manifestation.
It's just
That's terrifying.
That would be a formidable monster.
Yeah.
It's strange for me for this guy to be so smart, so rational, and then be like, "That's scary."
It's called
Well,
an
maybe-
irrational fear for a reason.
Maybe
I know, but he's underwater. Like, he wouldn't even get underwater. Like, I'm saying, if he had this real fear, if he was
That's what I
this,
thought.
if he was this scared of a squid, he would not be underwater because every part he can't see, much like myself, like that's where the squid's hiding. Him and his buddies are all right there
Maybe
laughing
he
at him.
saw League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Not this year he didn't.
No, that wasn't until like 2004
And why
or
would he
something.
see that?
I don't know. No one else did.
I did.
In the theater, though?
Yep.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was excited for that movie. I was very excited for that movie.
That's too bad.
I watched it not too long ago because I was like, well, maybe I just judged it poorly. I didn't. I watched
You
it
didn't.
maybe a year ago, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's bad. That's as bad as I remember.
I do like Dustin Hoffman's talking to Sharon Stone, though, and he's going to go out to the mini sub to reset the thing, whatever. And she's like, well, what if Harry leaves? And he's like, yeah, that dude left.
Yeah,
A long time ago.
Harry's not home. Harry doesn't live here anymore.
So he goes out. She's supposed to be watching the cameras. Some shit happens, and he can't. His rebreather is leaking or whatever. And you see Sam Jackson just watching him struggle for a while.
Yeah.
But
And
he's
then
like, hey, you're cool, dude. Listen to the sound of my voice. Just walk straight ahead.
yeah,
Keep
Stop
going.
freaking
walk
out.
straight ahead. What do you mean? Where am I supposed to go? Straight.
I
straight
can't
ahead.
breathe. You can breathe.
Watch
You can
out for
breathe.
that rock,
You just
buddy.
gotta-
Okay,
just
so
gotta
you
follow
see
through.
where your
Go
feet
around
are?
the
Go
rock.
that way. See where your toes are pointing?
Yeah.
Keep going that way.
Yeah. Dude, it's like when you're walking, when you get up and you don't want to turn the light on, but you gotta find the bathroom. You walk with your hands out like a normal fucking person.
This is when we see the creepy sea snake.
The thing is dope.
I do
And
like
feel-
this design.
I feel like that is an actual creature under.
It's kind of the face
Like
is
an
based on
angler?
an anglerfish for sure.
Yeah.
But he put it in this like translucent body so you get all that bone.
Yeah.
And I think it looks cool.
I
Yeah.
thought it was dope.
There's some shit under that we will never be able to see that probably looks like
No.
this shit.
I've mentioned before that I like to do mushrooms and watch undersea documentaries, and things like
Yes.
this are why. Like, yes, it's creepy, but all the glowing and it's cool.
Yeah, that can go one of two ways with me on mushrooms. One is right where you are. The other one's all, nope, watching something with Hitler.
Well, I'm not getting in the ocean anyway, so it's not going to scare me.
I know. Do you
I know, but if
Hitler
I'm
would
on
be
mushrooms,
scarier.
I'm pretty sure that the fucking ocean's going to come to me.
Hitler would be scarier on mushrooms than a
No.
sea snake.
I'll just watch
So-
a Trump rally.
That's what I just
when
said.
this airs, we will be weeks from being on a cruise ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about that when we started. I was like, you like that I did this month,
Drownuary.
a whole
Before
month
you-
of terrible things happening in the water, and then in 2 weeks after it ends, we're going
Nothing
on a cruise.
terrible happens in Waterworld.
Should we add Titanic to the lineup?
Oh God.
He gets back and he's like, "Where the fuck's Sharon Stone?" And she's like coming out of the ship, and
Hollywood's
she's
been
like,
asking that for decades.
she's coming out of the ship. She's like, "I went to get food. We were all out of food." And Sam Jackson's like, "Dude, we have a bunch of food."
They have so much
This is
food.
where I was confused because, like, I guess they haven't figured it out yet. Because, like, I figured out like all this stuff isn't really there. It's hallucinations, whatever. Because they've seen shit, not just the squid, like just seeing weird shit. And then she's like, because she gets back and she's like, "There's no food in these cabinets," and she opens it.
Flush.
And it's full of food. The freezer's full of food.
But why would
There's
you
some,
go
like,
to a sphere
pork or
for
something
food?
frozen in there, which looks really nice.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "It's full of food." And she's like, "No, I swear to God, I was here and I didn't see any food."
He hid it.
And then she's blaming Sam Jackson for hiding it. And I'm like, none of you guys put together yet that this is all hallucinations?
Uh-huh.
Jerry's doing this. You know how the guy, the alien entity that's talking to you via computer
Stop
and can
calling
hear
him Jerry.
you?
Okay.
Told you that he brought the squid there.
Yeah, he's either way. But
They
it's-
had to
Dustin
do it.
Hoffman does have a good point that you made. She goes to the 300, the ship that's been sunk for 300 years to look for food.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "Well, I was hoping maybe there's a cryogenic freezer."
I can,
and bottle
I
of
can
Bordeaux."
kind of be like, well, it's 300-year-old space food. Might be okay.
I mean, those almonds were in that bag.
I
they
mean,
were probably still fine.
Dude, I
That
bet if you-
MREs,
if
baby.
you can find a Twinkie, it's going to be great. It's going to make you sick because you're eating nothing but Twinkies.
Vintage Twinkie.
Talk about diarrhea. What's the vent on this Twinkie? Smells like 2020.
But this is where he's telling her, like, this is the evidence of a psychotic break. And she's like, "Dude, I'm not fucking crazy. Everybody quit saying I'm crazy."
All work and no play makes me something something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do.
Whoop-a-doo-doo. So she goes to her bathroom and proceeds to, because Xanax bars, like you can break little doses off, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
If she's going to take them all, why is she breaking them?
Well, she takes some now and puts some in her
Yeah.
pocket.
I know, she takes
Which
two.
came to nothing, right?
Correct.
No, it came to nothing.
I thought for sure, I was like, that's how they're going to dope somebody.
yeah.
Like, that's how they have to shut somebody down.
No,
But no,
it-
she straight up's like, I got this fucking syringe full of this and this.
Yeah. Much like everything else in this movie,
And how
it's a Chernobyl's gun, Chernobyl's chainsaw that's never
Yeah.
fired up.
And obviously shit was dropped and like pages just ripped and thrown away.
Well,
Like,
because they had to
that
get it
goes-
down to 220. Fuck.
Yeah, we had to get this down to a reasonable time of 2 hours and 14 minutes.
There's so much on this cutting room floor.
but
like I saw a review and I don't remember exactly what it was. I didn't screenshot or anything, but the guy was like, I would like this to be explained or that to be explained. He's like, but then it would be 3 hours, so never mind.
That's kind of where I ended in this movie. I was like, there's so much left. Just like, I don't get it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I'm a lore nerd. Like, I find something that's a good story and I'm just like, I need to know everything. I'm going to go online. This is why I like love Star Wars. Because like, if you look deep enough, everything can be explained somehow.
the Force.
And the Force, dude. God, Jeff Goldblum was a Jedi. It'd be so cool.
Kyber crystals, that's all.
Kyber crystals, man. Kyber trucks. Darth Musk. But yeah, I wanted no explanation from this.
And now I'm just imagining a Sith that has a real strong smell. Darth Musk.
Darth Musk is near, or at least like a mile out. Good God. How can you tell? It's the stench.
Do you guys smell dirty bears or maybe it's a beaver? Not that kind.
Oh, you're a pedophile. Talk to me like that. You're a pedophile.
You are a pedophile.
You're a pedophile.
Sharon Stone says something about like, oh, he didn't tell you what's inside the sphere, did he? And he's like, well, how would you know what's inside the sphere unless you went in? And she's like, well,
I'm out of here.
And walks out of the room.
Bye.
What's that?
And Dustin Hoffman finds a copy of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea on the floor. And he's like, yo, you dropped your book, dude. Oh, no, you're reading your book. The fuck?
Also, question, why is he like going so hard attacking her when he told her, dude, Harry's crazy as fuck?
Well, because he
And
thinks
now
that she
he
left
just
him to die.
believes
Yeah.
everything?
Malfunctioning suit. You weren't there. I was left to die. He saved me. And we know because Dustin Hoffman said he froze up when Liev Schreiber died. He's a coward. He's not a good person.
No, he's not.
You know, he's like, yeah, at the end of this movie, he's trying to get better, but he's not a good person. He fucking manipulated one of his patients into fucking him while he was married.
Yeah.
We find
and
out, I don't know if we
she's
talked
super
about that,
crazy.
but he's like, because he's like, I'm sorry if you, I thought you assumed or knew I was married. That's not the biggest problem here.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is you sleeping with a fucking patient
Yeah.
who ended up becoming suicidal and calling you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we talked about that. He tells
Yeah,
Peter
when she
Coyote,
took the 20
Calls her
yellows.
boyfriend.
yeah, he's like called her. It's not a real suicide attempt. Who takes 20 fucking yellows and calls their boyfriend? And later she's like, "Did you tell him who I called? Huh? Did you fucking talk about that? No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Because you faked your way into this expertise anyway.
Yeah.
Like you're just a phony.
Big fat
Hey,
phony.
a phony lives here underwater. There's a phony under the water.
But Dustin Hoffman starts opening the cabinets and shit. They're all full of copies of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
can't
Worst
eat these.
library ever.
We can't eat these.
Oh, the second reason why it's the worst
Rather have
library
ramen.
ever. It's only to page 87.
Even if you
Everyone-
liked this book, you're like, well, fuck, it's a fucking quarter of it.
Because Sam Jackson is manifesting this and he never read past page 87.
And so
Although
he's-
it shows him in a moment here reading the book and he's just flipping through pages, but they're all blank. Like he's reading it. He like pauses on it and then he flips to the next page as if he's reading,
yeah,
but there's nothing there.
I've done that.
He's just imagining porn.
I just imagine words.
Dustin Hoffman, he's like, why are you doing this, Jerry? Stop calling me Jerry. So he redoes the code, figures out it's Harry. And I told Whitney, I was like, no, nobody, like, he didn't make the connection.
Harry,
like,
Jerry, like
he's
it's
supposed
so
to be
fucking
smart.
close.
Yeah.
yeah.
Harry, Jerry. Like, even when they first said Jerry, I was like, oh, that's Harry.
Should have seen it coming, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie, Harry and the Squiddersons.
And we do see Sharon Stone setting up some explosives. And
Did we see
then-
it was her? Like, I'm just asking.
Well, we see a person in a suit, and they're both talking on the thing.
Oh,
so
okay. So, and
I don't know if they show her face really.
We just
but-
know it's her.
Yeah.
though.
And then further analysis.
I wish you could hear my blinking.
Ding, ding, ding,
blink, 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 blink. I'm as
Hard
unhappy
blink.
with you as I am with this movie right now, Derek.
So we find out that page 87 is where the giant squid is, and that's why he's never made it past page 87.
And Dustin Hoffman reads it again. He's like, read the fucking last thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, monster, 40 feet, it's snowing.
And she
It's
kind of
snowing eggs.
she makes the deduction that it's he has the power to manifest his dreams.
What power?
The power of the babe.
What babe?
Babe
We
with
did
the
it
power.
backwards.
Yeah, we did.
We did it backwards.
But they're talking, and she's like, so obviously I didn't go in the sphere. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Obviously you didn't, because these have all been his dreams. He hates squids, so that's why there was jellyfish. What? Nothing?
Huh?
Can
Can we go back to that conversation? No, we're moving on. I'm not answering any more questions.
So they decide to put him into a dreamless sleep. So yeah, they drug him.
They gave him a bunch of
How does
fucking
he not
Maker's
know
Mark.
what all of these drugs are? And he's like, so
'Cause
what's
he's not-
this?
Because
What's
he's
this?
a psychologist.
He
can't
knows.
write
He knows what
prescriptions.
Valium is, dude.
Yeah, that's the one. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hold on to this one. You wanna-
She's like, oh, I'm gonna take those. Give
tell
me
you
that.
what, if we're not making it through this, we're gonna fuck like stone rabbits here.
So there's 6 hours now until they get a message that the rescue subs are coming or
If you
whatever.
believe it,
Yeah, exactly. He's like, can you believe what the screen says? 'Cause, question mark.
we're just gonna sit here for 6 hours just dying.
And then she tries to kill him.
Well,
Well,
he gets
first
first he gets attacked by these Balin sea snakes or whatever
Yeah.
she calls them.
They're the most venomous thing.
all I'm
but
thinking of is
they're
Balin
not poisonous
skull.
right now
Yeah, I don't know
because
why.
they're
Balin squid.
nocturnal.
Yeah, they can't hurt you. They're nocturnal. They're awake.
I don't. That didn't make. They're nocturnal. They're only dangerous at night. No,
I think
they're
she
awake.
but I think she knows they're not real. She's starting to put it together. She's like,
Yeah.
they can't hurt you because they're nocturnal.
Yeah,
and
'cause
they're
the
here.
jellyfish-
Yeah, but the
and then-
jellyfish hurt the other people.
True.
Yeah, but I think she's trying to calm him down. Is what she's trying to do.
Okay.
But she puts them in a jar. They disappear, and that's when she calls Dustin Hoffman up to the med bay, locks him in, and she's like, "Dude, inject yourself because this is also you. You went into the sphere." He's like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Yeah, you did. You did."
I did not.
And like he doesn't remember, but we know because we saw his reflection on the sphere.
Uh-huh.
If it's reflected, it's in there.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Sure. According to
Fucking
something.
wet donut farts.
The book was so much better.
I'm sure it's fine.
That's a Michael Crichton book. It's
a
probably
Michael
okay.
Crichton. Like the Jurassic Park book's okay. The Jurassic Park movie's amazing.
Eh.
Somebody
Well,
out there is mad at me
Jeff
for saying
Goldblum
that
dies
shit.
in the book, so I don't like it.
No,
Yep.
he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Malcolm was alive.
No, he's
Is he-
not. That's why Michael Crichton, when he wrote number 2, was just like, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
He's got a twin brother, a not evil twin brother. Ooh, good writing, Michael.
He
Way to
was
save
the
it.
evil twin brother.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Way to save it, Michael. You really saved this franchise.
I think the only
Excelsior.
Michael Crichton book I ever read was Timeline, which was also made into an
So how
awful
would you
movie.
know if they killed him in the book?
Because I live in the world.
did he shit his pants?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't think
He was
Michael Crichton goes
crushed.
into those details.
If there's no crap, he can come back. It almost rhymes.
But I do. So she comes in all stoic and weird, and you're like, "Oh, she's an alien too," or whatever.
Yeah.
But you find out all this
whatever's
stuff.
happening.
But I don't like. I think it's stupid, and I noticed that when she gives him this long look, he's like, "What are you doing?" And they cut to her. It's supposed to be like a long pause look of her looking at him.
But
It's a freeze frame. So they didn't
Okay.
take a long shot. They just took that, and then they were like, "Oh, you know, what'd be good here? Dramatic pause." You can tell it's a freeze frame because we're watching it in high definition, and it's not one of those ones that's been all smoothed out by AI. So there's film grain on it.
yeah.
The film grain stops moving,
Uh-huh.
and you can just see, and it's just like, why?
Why did we do this?
Yeah.
Somebody thought they were cute.
Here we go. Yes, in the first book, Malcolm had died. Spielberg was planning to do the same, but he was so impressed with Jeff Goldblum's acting that he asked Michael Crichton's author of the book permission to have him survive in the end.
And then Michael Crichton watched it and was like, well, that's my next book.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And good for
'Cause-
Jeff Goldblum for being like, hey, I'm going to make you write my character alive.
saying. Jeff Goldblum, baby.
So yeah, she locks him in the med bay. She's like, "Dude, inject yourself so we don't die. We just got to wait 6 hours, and this stuff's gonna keep you out for 6
I
hours."
would have done this right away. I'm like, so you could have put me to sleep anytime during all this shit. You could have just put me to fucking dreamless sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go drink a bucket of whiskey.
But she floods the room instead because
Well,
he's
because
not
she says,
doing it.
"Inject yourself, or I'm going to defend myself," and he refuses. So yeah, she turns down the pressure to let the water in. He flips the fuck out and grabs a little breather canister.
Shit, way back when we didn't talk about this, when Liev Schreiber's getting fucking pummeled with concussions.
Yeah.
There is in chapter battle stations, there is a electro switch that they can throw.
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll
yeah,
run
yeah.
current over to get the squid out of there.
And she keeps saying, don't do it.
She's like, don't do it, don't do it. No, she's saying do it.
Well, no,
No,
she says
she's
don't
saying
because
don't
Peter
do it.
Coyote says every time they've tried it, it started electrical fire.
Okay.
But then he says
Coyote's
throw
like,
the
"Just
fucking
fucking throw the
switch
switch."
because
and
the
she's
squid
saying
is crushing
don't,
us.
and then Dustin Hoffman does not, right?
Correct.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like some test. Like, oh, you didn't injure me. Good
well,
job.
I think that's why it stops because they didn't do it, and then everything stops. The fire goes away, all that shit.
Weird
But-
scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Again,
he
unanswered situations.
He grabs his
No
little breather
complaints. Let's
thing.
just get out of here. I don't want to hear more about it.
He grabs the breather thing, goes into the water that's gonna freeze you in 2 minutes, which they told us at the beginning of the movie.
It says it's 32 degrees. I'm like, that's not going to freeze you in 2 minutes.
Not
I
in
don't-
two. It would be cold as shit.
I don't know how long a
Fucking
person
cold.
can survive in frozen, like freezing level water.
Oh no, I think they talk about it's freshwater, right? Is that what they say? It's like you could even drink it because it's a lake or it's a river under the ocean. Doesn't
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
say you could drink it, but it would kill you because it's hypothermia? Like
Yeah, something like that.
maybe
'cause
that's what he's
he
saying.
tells
like,
them they have the suits to stop the cold. That's all.
Yeah.
But it still
The
doesn't
pressure,
make sense.
it doesn't matter because this movie doesn't care.
I'm not a science.
And the screens pop up and it's like I said, we're all gonna die down here. So now we know it's Harry, even though we already knew.
Told you you're going to die.
Harry, Jerry. Oh my God. It was him.
She starts seeing shit too, and then she's like, "Fuck! I did go in the sphere. God damn
I
it!"
love this. I think it's Peter Coyote's dummy.
Oh yeah. When the dead
washes up
body
on her.
washes up on her.
Awesome. Awesome fucking
yeah.
ghoul,
1,000%.
dude.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
What are you doing with that after?
It's in my bed.
I kind of want to use the carpool lane.
Oh.
Put that in the front seat of my van.
Dustin Hoffman gets back in. Sam Jackson wakes up, even though he was supposed to be asleep for 6 hours. I think it's
Uh-huh.
been 40 minutes.
He's got a really high tolerance, dude. This guy's been dosing himself for years. Smart people always do drugs.
Yeah.
And
Duh.
this is when
Put that in a
Hoffman
shirt.
goes to Sharon Stone, and he's like, "Dude, you went in the sphere, right?"
Come on.
And she's like, "I
Come on.
must have.
Come
I
on.
don't know. Yeah."
You did too, right? I must have. I don't remember.
I don't remember. And
Maybe.
so everybody's like, well, we all went in it.
It's all their fears that are manifesting, and they talk about all that stuff that we already did. And then all of a sudden, the
How are you
computer's
going to
like,
manifest commitment if I'm on this thing?
your wife appears.
I was never even married. Get out of here.
She's like a total shrew.
Yeah. I wonder what she's doing right now.
Your face.
But as they're talking about this, the computer is like, "Hey, 13 minutes till everything explodes." And Sharon Stone's like, "Yeah, so I put some explosives by the ship
Somebody did.
in
It was
case
me.
something happened, and I just thought about the explosives, so
I
I
think
think
I
this is
triggered it."
my bad."
This is on me. You know.
This one's me. I'm sorry, guys.
You know those underwater I love that it's so like Panther explosives. Like you're just labeling. It's like, is it Acme? Is Panther like this universe of Acme?
Apparently.
Maybe it's a military thing. I don't know.
But then Sam.
Panther explosives. When you want the job fucking done.
it's an acronym for. I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's too many letters.
Please answer. Never tolerate. Hit every red. I got nothing there. That's way too many.
It worked, but it doesn't make
It's
any
got
sense.
way too many.
So Sammy
Pulverize
Jax.
and never mind.
Sammy Jax is like, you realize there's like 500 tons of liquid nitrogen on that ship.
Yeah. So
It's gonna be a huge explosion.
is that a problem for us?
Yeah.
Oh.
We better get to the sub right now.
You know what? Can I just think of turning it off and it turns off? That's all I thought.
Right?
I was like, right now, like, oh, I had the power to do that. Watch this. Blink, genie, fucking blink.
Right? All they're thinking of is bad shit until the very end, and they're like, "Let's do something not
You would
bad."
see me in a corner with the largest joint getting just fucking loved by women and having fucking my cat next to me. I'm like, I was thinking happy thoughts. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you guys. You know that he said we could have whatever we want. This is a life-size Matchbox. It's a car that is shaped like a shark. And guess what? I'm out of here. You all are finished.
Roar, roar. Because as we know from Bucket of Chum, sharks roar.
Shark roar in the water, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't been underwater, but I believe that to be true.
So they go to the sub. They're trying to escape. They suddenly reappear in the spaceship. And this is a little different than all the other things because all the other things that have happened have been real.
Yeah.
Like that squid could kill them. The jellyfish
Yes,
could kill them.
they are not
But they're-
physically because it's showing them in the submersible, tucked in really tight. By the way.
Real fucking
It
tight.
is actually, it's kind of funny because they're all just yelling at each other. They're like, "I don't know where to go. Go down this hallway." But they're sitting in a subway or a subway.
Subway. Much worse. Much worse than being in this fucking tiny submarine
is worse.
is being in any fucking Subway sandwich place.
But in
Because
a
guess what? Now you got
submarine.
diarrhea.
Yep.
But yeah, so they're trying to find their way through the spaceship. Sam Jackson is the one that's just like, "Fuck it, we're all gonna die." And they're like, "No, think happy thoughts, dude." It's like Peter Pan. And he's like, "Yeah, cool, happy thoughts. We're gonna die. Fuck you."
You know what? You want to think happy thoughts? Leave me fucking here. In this illusion?
Yeah.
What do you mean leave you here? We're in a fucking subway.
And Dustin Hoffman does. I think he just accidentally hits the launch button.
Yeah, he does.
because he's just kind of swinging
Because
wildly.
it's his self, so it's got to be.
He's trying to. He's like, we have to be inside the submarine. So he's like thinking, and he's like,
Well,
button.
but his own
There's gonna be a
reflection
button.
comes out, which I think is Richard Sphere. And he's telling him, he's like, you got to push the button. He's like, I can't see the button. So the Sphere wants him to get out of there.
Yeah, because I think the way the end of the movie implies is like the Sphere agrees with them. They're like, you guys aren't ready for this shit.
Not at all.
So,
But it needed them to make that choice because, okay, so they get out.
yeah, they
Right.
get out. They get up there.
Oh, but I don't think
Sam
we're going
Jackson-
fast enough.
Yeah, because Sam Jackson's talking about the explosion will also underwater explosions also have suction.
What don't you know, motherfucker?
He knows it
Nothing.
all.
Ugh, how to be humble.
He is humble
Yeah, he's all right.
Look, he was in Jurassic Park and Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown at
and
this
Star
point.
Wars.
And he played a crazy homeless guy in Coming to America. So
he wasn't a homeless guy. He was just a bank robber or a McDonald's robber.
I looked at that guy.
Whack Arnold's robber.
McDowell's.
He was also Whack Arnold's is Dave Chappelle. He was also very small role. He played Stax in Goodfellas.
But I like when they're trying to get away and Sam Jackson's like, hey, Dustin Hoffman, are you religious? And he's like, well, I'm an atheist, but I'm flexible.
I love that line. Because how many people, like, I'm a staunch atheist. Oh, I'm going to do the sign of the cross right now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, God, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but if you're still accepting my calls, little help in this tiny submersible. Also, I just farted. If you could make it not smell, that'd be great. I want to bang Sharon
You get
Stone
one or the
again.
other. One or the other, buddy.
Let's just die.
I don't want them to smell my fart.
I
I don't want
won't
the
be-
last
yeah.
thing.
I won't be able to live with them smelling me farts.
But yeah, so big CG bada boom that looks like trash.
Uh-huh.
They get out of there, they surface, and they have to decompress for a while. And I read a stupid piece of trivia that was like, that was added, the decompression stuff, because apparently audiences, like test audiences, couldn't believe that they got to the surface and didn't have the bends. And I'm like, well, I guess because you set it up at the beginning, but like, who cares at this point?
Dude, all you gotta
Like,
do is
what test audience was like, can you make it 4 minutes longer?
Yeah. We didn't talk about the helium. They have a voice regulator on their necklace.
Yeah.
Just right into the fucking script. That also makes it you don't get the bends. Done.
That's what I said. That's what I was starting to say, and then we got distracted when I was like, that scene didn't matter. The helium thing. Because it's like, oh, it makes us do this voice, but then we put on this thing and I talk like a normal person.
And this is what I
And
sound
it's
like
over.
on helium, and then every now and then I put on the regulator and I sound fine.
Yeah, like, okay. But so they get up there, they're in, oh, sorry,
Equals MC square.
it's the chapter. Decompression chamber.
I just decompressed in my pants.
So it's basically like, hey, what do we tell the
It's the first time they've
military?
fucking done it.
It's all right.
What do we tell the military? Like, they're not going to believe any of this shit. Like,
I don't believe
magic golden sphere that made us manifest a squid, question mark.
My dreams come true and kill people.
Yeah.
I don't see what's so hard to understand about this.
You've seen Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
No.
Also,
Well, then,
who
okay.
says that they're not listening in this room? By the way,
That was my thing too. Like this fucking military or
you
OSA,
know there's
fucking
cameras
microphones,
and
in your butthole.
Yep.
Yeah. But so they
Bugged your food.
they join hands like the fucking Captain Planet, the Planeteers.
It's count to
It's
three.
a little bit of that. It's also like instead of the Wonder Twins, it's the Wonder Triplets.
Yeah, they join
Form
hands.
of amnesia.
they think real hard and they make themselves forget.
And it keeps flashing
And
to
we
the
see the
sphere under the
sphere,
ground
yeah.
in the ocean.
Exactly.
Because I think, like you said, the sphere knew they weren't ready, but it needed to hear them. Like I think this because the sphere is going to be fine,
Yeah.
no matter what. So it's like, dude, if this civilization wants to be greedy and try and get this power and kill themselves, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I do not care. But our lords and saviors, Sammy Jacks, Dusty Hoff,
And Sharon.
Shannon Stone, they decided like, dude, we aren't ready. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Let's hold hands. Let's activate amnesia power.
Nope,
And
we
since
choose to forget.
Since they choose to forget it, it's like, well, I don't want to be at the bottom of the ocean forever.
Yeah.
So it launches itself into space. Grey's Anatomy guy is like, the fuck was that?
Somebody explain that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
Dr.
know.
Webb.
I don't know if the timing matches up, but there's a Seinfeld character that looks a lot like him.
He's probably a Seinfeld guy.
he's the auditor at J. Peterman's magazine.
It's probably him.
So I'll look that up later.
But I do like, it's kind of funny. The very last thing is them, like, they kind of come to, and Sam Jackson's like, or Dustin Hoffman's like, why are you holding my hand?
Uh,
Fuck it,
you're
you-
holding
you were
my
holding my
hands.
hand.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone's so drugged up. She's like, I didn't question any of it.
And then
Did we
I
just
often-
have sex?
I often come to holding people's hands.
the sphere, Star Wars is off into space, and that's the end of the movie.
So does that mean that they no longer have the power since the sphere has left them?
They have the
They-
power, but
yeah.
they forgot they have it, so they'll never use it again.
Yeah.
Like you effectively
Okay.
don't have the power because you put this mental block on it.
Yeah.
Like it's still inside of
Until something happened.
Until
it's like-
Sphere 2, Sphere Harder.
It's like when people go pray the gay away. It
Oh.
works.
Oh.
It works every time.
we
and,
just saw Jim Jeffries live, and he was talking about Americans and their stuff. He's like your gay conversion camps. He's like, but it's like you're praying from straight to gay.
Yep.
I like that.
So that's the end of the episode, the end of the movie. We'll go around the horn for recommendations.
No. I don't. I read
Oh,
the
it's
book.
like we're done? That's it? Just no?
No.
No
Moving on.
recommendations. End of the episode.
It's I don't have to him and Ha. Like there were some really cool parts to see, but it's just bad. And I had
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I saw this, I was so fucking disappointed. And then when you said that we were gonna watch it again, I was like, okay, I'll give it another chance.
Maybe I judged it wrong.
Yeah.
No, you
But
didn't.
no, it's been decades since I've read this book.
Yeah.
I almost said centuries. It's been
well, it's
decades.
been since the last millennium.
Yeah, since the last millennium. I no.
Mine is also a no, unsurprising. And it's
What?
it's not because of my anxiety of underwater, because as you're gonna listen to if you're a Patreon member, I love The Abyss.
Mm.
Like that, and that is very anxiety inducing for me as
Oh,
well, but it's done well. This movie's muddy, and I don't just mean visually. Its story is muddy.
Yep.
Besides Samuel L. Jackson, everyone's fucking dragging their feet for the most part. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, Peter Coyote's fine. Liev Schreiber's there for a minute until he gets fucking panini pressed. But yeah, there's nothing here that I want to tell people about.
No.
Like
Yeah.
I text the bleeps because we share an account. I was like, hey, doing a movie tonight. Just bought this in case you're looking for something to watch. And female bleep was like, oh, that cast looks good. And I was like, yeah, and Queen Latifah. So yeah, there's nothing here. It's not even I don't think it's one of my silent ones. There's not visually anything
No.
good enough to put music to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go no caveats, skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like there is some good tension. Like again, it's an anxiety thing. It's the underwater thing.
Yeah.
There's some moments where I was like, "Ooh, this is a little butthole clenchy," but overall, it's a no.
And no
'cause-
payoff though.
Yeah, because nothing happens.
Can I say something that you two might appreciate? So I was not on the 200th episode or our second year, whatever,
Second anniversary.
second anniversary.
Oh yeah, we
that
were
thing.
Steve, right?
Yeah.
And it was Miami Connection. I was not on there. I would sit through watching Miami Connection again before I watched this again.
Damn,
so
and
would I.
she hated that.
I
I know,
hate
but
that.
you and I would watch that right now.
That's what I'm
with no
saying.
one fucking
This is
daring
something-
us.
This is something that you two would love, is I would sit through that again.
Yeah.
Versus this.
This
They're against the
or
ninja,
Wild
though.
Angels.
Oh.
This,
Wild Angels, it's shorter.
Wild Angels, yeah.
I'd watch this.
Yeah.
Wild Angels
This
wasn't a
is
movie.
2 hours
I don't
and
know.
20 minutes.
I
Wild
understand that,
Angels
but also,
has
like-
Dern being like
He's
puppeteer.
weak into dirties.
Yeah, but also like it's 2 hours and 14 minutes. But if I'm like I'm gonna get a sandwich, don't pause it.
For sure. For
You
sure.
know, like
You're not
Wild
gonna miss
Angels-
anything.
Wild Angels. There's that scene with the 3 songs going at once. It made my head want to
Oh
melt.
no, the Yoko Ono scene is
Yeah.
terrible.
Nothing in this made my head want to melt. It's just boring and
Yeah.
stupid.
Okay, fair.
So
I get you.
yeah, don't watch this movie. But you probably already did if you listened to our thing at the beginning. Not recommendation, but our.
0 for 3 on Rex, dude.
What do you mean?
None of us
Oh, out of
recommended it.
us.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we all recommended Waterworld.
I will always recommend Waterworld. Even if you ask me about this movie, I recommend Waterworld.
Yeah. Just watch
If you
Waterworld.
started watching this, turn it off, put on Waterworld. Have a better fucking day.
Next week, we're watching a movie I'm very excited about because I haven't seen this in
He's
fucking
an
forever.
excite.
We're watching Leviathan.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I saw it a year or two ago with Bleeps for the very first time ever.
Yeah.
Because it kept just getting suggested to us, and I watched a trailer, and I was like, fuck it, dude. That looks good. It's campier than I thought it would be. The trailer
yeah.
makes it look very close to the same level as The Abyss. It's not.
Okay.
It's
Much
The
lower
Abyss
budget.
meets The Thing
Well,
meets Alien.
What's the LL Cool J Deep Blue Sea or
His hat is like a shark fin.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea.
It's a song he writes.
But Leviathan is directed by George Cosmatos, who directed Rambo 2.
Yeah, that sounds right.
The Abyss is directed by James Cameron,
Uh-huh.
who
Big
directed
difference.
a lot of good movies until Avatar started.
Yeah, Cosmatos said, like, he could be working for Canon.
He might have been. I don't know.
I bet you he's worked with Chucky Norr.
And then don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople. It's only $3 a month. This month's episode, as we mentioned, is The Abyss.
You're going to want to hear me talk well about a movie.
you can also, if you love us, offer to do more than $3 a month. That's something we
I
found
don't
out.
think I deserve it.
I do want to mention that. Yes, thank you, wife. One of our subscribers. So I had mentioned previously that we had a new subscriber, Hector, who pledged at $5 instead of $3. One of our subscribers heard that episode and was like, "I'd love to give you guys $5 instead of $3." Tanker Tom.
Thank you, Tinker
And
Tom.
yeah,
I
thank
figured
you.
out how to do it because I am not smart, and I told him, and so he did that.
Thank
And
you.
he also answered a question we had about our previous episode,
Ooh.
Street Fighter. Not a
Okay.
question, really.
Oh, well,
We
we
were-
thought it was missiles full of cocaine on
Yes.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's tank. And in fact,
Yeah, we were joking about the tank having missiles on the side and why that's a thing. He says, because Tanker Tom, he knows about tanks.
I hope so.
By the way, there are no tanks with missiles on the outside, but there are infantry fighting vehicles like the Bradley that have TOW missiles on the outside.
Okay.
So there are something like a tank.
TOW, it's an acronym for something
I didn't
don't
look it up.
know.
I meant to, and I just didn't think to look it up.
Yeah.
But so there is something like a tank with missiles, but that was a tank, and those were tubes of cocaine.
Yes.
I know the Bradley tank. I can picture. I just don't know what TOW stands for.
My,
And,
my dyslexic brain was like, 2?
and then don't forget, we have another podcast, Han Took Shots First. You can
It's an
find it.
anti-tank missile. That's all I got.
You can find it. Han Took Shots First anywhere you get podcasts, wherever you're listening right now. Just
We
look
should
for
be
Han
wrapping
Took Shots
up,
First.
We're
working
Skeleton
on,
Crew
yeah,
right
the
now.
I think the last episode of Skeleton Crew will be coming out right after this.
Yeah, we did that week to week. So
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that, which is the new Disney Plus show. So don't forget to check that out. And of course, we have to thank Evasion for our opening and closing music. And we have to thank Patch for making us watch Street Fighter and talking
Before
about
we
cocaine
go,
missiles.
I do want to give a golf clap to our patrons and the Tanker Tom
Yeah.
and Hector. So
Yes.
thank you for that.
Thank you
You're going to
guys.
buy us
you.
new equipment. It's not a glamorous job, but we're doing it. And we're no longer paying to do it. This is awesome.
So that's been it for this week. I've been Derek.
I'm still his wife.
I'm an atheist, but I'm flexible.
Why are you holding my hand?
You're holding my hand.
Okay, well, I gave myself a shit ton of head.
Wish I could.
I wouldn't leave the house.
For reals, right?
I wouldn't be able to do this podcast. My
Welcome
mouth
to
would
Bad
always be full.
Boys, Worst People.
And I'm Derek. I'm waiting. And I'm in my mouth.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.